particular takes a few extra pieces to get it going. So once we have that going, I'll feel fully enabled to start the game in action. Like I said, we're probably just going to start with Marathon mode for the standard Faith the Unholy Trinity playthrough, which means that I'll probably be skipping over some of the stuff we've already seen when it comes to reading all the notes, some of the optional interactions, because the way Marathon mode works is that we're trying to go for the good endings, and if you die, you have to start all the way back in the beginning of Chapter 1. And I'm not under any... I don't suffer from any delusions believing that I'll be able to do this fully. I just want to see how far we can go, maybe once or twice, and then we'll check out survival mode. So this is like just a way to warm up, I guess. Right, if you drink coffee in the morning, yes. And I don't usually drink coffee in the morning. In fact, the only time I drink coffee is on weekends, and it's when I'm streaming. I rarely ever drink caffeine during the week. So maybe that's part of it, too. It's like a reset. No, you know what, Ryan? I totally get that. I totally get that. I still don't enjoy the experience, but afterwards, it is kind of like a reset button. So there is that. Yeah, there is that. Coffee's part of the strat. It is a thing that gets the metabolism going. It gets the digestion stuff going, and that's just how it goes. Also, we got a meerkat nut. Meerkat, I will always nut for you, my friend. Oh, by the way, so Gracie and I had a clandestine donut experience today. There's a place in St. Louis called Tony's Donuts. They opened up a third location. It's a little bit far. It's closer to where we live now. It's a little bit far from where I used to live, but it's closer to where we live now. It's about 15 minutes away, and sometimes we just go there for breakfast. And of course, it's a donut place, but they also do breakfast sandwiches and coffee and gyro sandwiches and lunch meat sandwiches. They do lots of great stuff there. So we just went there for breakfast. We weren't planning on getting donuts. We just both got breakfast sandwiches. But when they bring the sandwiches out, I see they actually gave us 3 sandwiches. And I kind of asked him, I was like, I want to make sure we have the right order. We didn't grab someone else's, because we only ordered 2 sandwiches. And the woman is like, well, let me check your bill. And she checks it and she goes, oh shit, I accidentally charged you guys for 3 sandwiches earlier. Because it was one of those things where we changed one of the properties of one of the sandwiches halfway through the order. So what she meant to do was change and remove one of the older ones, but I think she accidentally re-added it back in, and somehow there was a snafu, so we got charged for 3 sandwiches. She was like, how's about this? You just keep those bad boys, and I'll just give you guys 6 free donuts. And I was like, sure, of course, no complaints here, because I mean, that's more than worth the value of what we paid. So we got an extra sandwich and 6 heckin' donuts upstairs that you best believe we're gonna fucking destroy over the next couple days. So I'm very excited. So yeah, that's been my donut experience, our donut surprise experience, which is delightful. Yeah. First one, yeah. Go. No, I understand that, right? You know, from my home country, we would call that having a tactical bathroom break. Sometimes it's a tactical piss, sometimes it's a tactical poop, but sometimes you have to tactically choose when to use the restroom because you're planning for the rest of your day. So that's just being smart, honestly. But anyway, yeah, at some point we were talking about the donuts, and I was like, yes, I do nut. I do enjoy a do nut. That is exactly what's going down. Chained Echoes. I don't know if I recognize that one off the top of my head. Cafe Cubano, there you go. Are there snacks, Meerkat? It's me. I'm the snack. Yes, and we're talking about poop. Yes, Meerkat says, yes, I'm gathering the intel on how to stalk your house, Alex. Offered you a ride. Interesting, but you're from Chicago, RT. I was gonna say you've probably experienced plenty yourself, honestly. Our rough side of town, yeah. Honestly, we don't have it too bad, generally speaking. There's a few other parts outside the city, the obvious one for a lot of us that we know. The go-to example is East St. Louis, which is actually in Illinois. You know, that's unfortunately a place that has had a pretty rough go of it for a while. But yeah, within the city, I mean, we really don't have it too bad in the grand scheme of things. At least not as bad as other cities might assume, because unfortunately, St. Louis does sometimes top a lot of the lists of cities with not great crime statistics, that kind of thing. So there's a reputation there, but it's not always fully deserved. I think it's a nice city. I think it's an alright city, at least. I like living here. I like that it's very affordable. I like that there's really cool places to be, and I love that my family and friends are here, so I'm fine. You know, I'm fine about it, honestly. Yeah, you've probably heard about it, RT, especially if you're from Illinois. I'm from Illinois, but not near Chicago. I'm more like kind of the Edwardsville kind of area, Southern Illinois, that kind of thing. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I was saying earlier that we have marathon mode to try. I think I'm gonna leave all this alone. We do have some new backgrounds, by the way, so maybe we could pick out a new one. I think they added a few new ones. So there's Michael. I remember that one. Yeah, and some of these images would be better if they were smushed together versus being divided down the middle. So there's Amy. That's a cool one too. There's Gary. Gary loves you, of course. I like how it's called Lumpy. I wonder if it's based on Lumpy Touch. Oh, that one's actually like kind of nice and spooky. I like the cornfield one. And that's right. Nitro went to St. Louis not too long ago. Yeah, because he went to visit. I don't know if you got to see Kevin, but you probably got to see Jason. And who else? Definitely Jason. Oh, you probably got to see like random people here, some of the other cool folks, kind of people around like Jason's kind of crew of wily individuals. That's awesome. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, this was the one that was based on little characters that was drawn on the frids we see in Chapter 3. Not sure what that one's based on. Oh, that's cool. I like that one too. And that's from Chapter 2. Oh, I think that's the new one. Yeah, where they're... This, again, the image itself is really cool, but having it split down the middle is a little bit tricky because it's hard to tell it's a car driving over a demon. I think we'll just stick with the default, or just the old faithful. Pun slightly intended. The city-county split, Ryan is exactly correct. That's part of where it gets a little bit tricky, because it is not a, you know, when you see a city that tops, or maybe not tops, but is frequently near the top of unpleasant crime statistical listings, in St. Louis's case at least, there is an explanation for why the stats are skewed in one direction, and yeah, the whole city-county split is a major part of that whole conversation. But yeah, it's kind of a big thing. Go there about once a month. I gotcha. Yeah. Smarter than average and pretty friendly. That is that's a very pleasant and generous, descriptor, and I'll gladly take it. RT. You're too kind to us. So stick with all that. That's all fun and dandy. And then I think it's extras. Survival mode is the new one. Conjuration mode we don't have yet. Let's see where marathon mode is. Instruction. Maybe it's... Oh, here we go. There we go. There it is. Nice. Been to a lot of the cities. Hold on. What's Arctic got? Arctic says, Alex, I got you something. Oh, I know. Was it me saying something about topping? Was it me saying that, like... Hold on. We'll see what he said. What I said, rather. So if I go back to myself from a few minutes ago, they actually gave us 3 sandwiches. And I kind of asked him, I was like, just out, I see they actually gave us 3... Hold on. Actually, I'm having a hard time hearing it because I've muted the game audio. Oh, did it bork? I was gonna say, I think I missed it because I have the game audio muted on your guys' end, but I can still hear it. So it's like I'm having a hard time hearing it. A very specific frame. Because the title of it is... I asked them... Did I make like a funny face? I wonder if there was like a face I made. Oh, it was from the stuttering, right? Yeah. That would make sense. Sometimes I do that. And that sounds like something that it would not even register. Like, I just do it so often, I just kind of turn my brain off when it happens. No, that's okay. Because yeah, that's the thing. I think it's like a minimum 4 seconds. That's okay. Dumber than average and ready to go to war over a bottle of ketchup. Well, I know that, well, you might say that that's kind of silly, but I know, what is it, in Jersey? In New Jersey, where people are ready to go to war over whether or not it's a pork roll or a Jersey, or no, pork roll or, I can't remember. It's this big debate. The Taylor hand. There we go. It's funny, Meerkat, because you and Ogasso swore up and down that was a huge thing, and I was like, all right. I'm sure it's a thing for some people, but big deal, right? I've heard like 3 other people in different social circles mention this New Jersey Taylor ham pork roll thing, and apparently it's a bigger deal than I thought it was. Like, goddamn, I underestimated how much of a deal breaker this is for people. It's wild to me. Yeah, Heinz is from Pittsburgh, right? Which, yeah, which of course is where Arctic lives. But when people think big Pennsylvania cities, I think there's a rivalry between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. But maybe the Philadelphia part isn't part of the conversation. It's a city that's heavily mired in brainwashed. So you're saying that some people really like it and some people just don't like it as much? Yeah. Pork roll, egg and cheese. Yeah, not Taylor ham, it's a pork roll, right? Yeah. It's a wild concept to me, but it's one of those things where if you know, you know. If you're from the neck of the woods, then it's very real to you. It's still real to me, damn it. They're spirited about this stuff. Yes, spirited is a very good word for it. Yeah, it's a big deal. Ketchup on your hot dog thing, right? Yes, the Chicago style, exactly. This corporate, I got you, yeah, which is obviously unpleasant. It's an unpleasant thing to have to deal with. All right, friends, let's go ahead and jump in. Go ahead and jump in. Quitting will delete the save. I can handle it. And of course, once again, this is, of course, a marathon stream, 8+ hours, all raising money for charity, all raising money for St. Louis Children's Miracle Network hospitals. In my case, my chosen hospital is St. Louis Children's, which I actually got to tour very recently. I got to tour St. Louis Children's very recently, and while we were there, we also got to stop in. Oh gosh, got my ass. That's okay. That's okay. I said we were gonna see that screen a few times. Mortis. I got to tour the facilities, and we also got to play some video games with some of the kids that were staying in the hospital. I got to play some Mario Kart, got to play some Smash Brothers with some of the kids that were staying in the hospitals. We posted some pictures to social media. I posted them on Twitter. I think I shared them on Instagram, and now I post them to Facebook. And that was a very important and memorable experience. Getting to play games with the kids, and of course, you know, the whole reason we do the fundraising stuff, the whole reason I do the streaming thing is to raise money for charity. But you know, after a while, you sometimes get lost in the minutia of fundraising stuff. We've got our cross. We're not with our crucifix. We're not unarmed. We have some defenses. But yeah, the charity stuff, of course, is great, but you know, it's easy to get lost in the nonsense and to think so much about the logistics of the fundraising and planning around events and the this and that and the that, and then you kind of sometimes forget about like what the hell do you work so hard to do this fundraising for, right? Like, what's the big deal? Who benefits from this fundraising? And then you see the sick children at the hospitals, you go, oh shit, that's why. Like, that's why we do this. So that's, oh, alright, it's locked at first. I think we have to go to the outhouse, I think, which is down this way. Let's go to the right. A little bit hard to remember exactly where things are. Oh, this guy went down too far, apparently. But anyway, yeah, it was a good experience. It was a very good experience, and I'm hoping we'll get to do something like that, maybe in the spring. Alright, so he decided to chase down the deer. I don't know if I've seen that interaction before. I've seen him try to get us before. Never seen him go for the deer exclusively, though. Can tell when a restaurant's using a different brand. There you go. There you go. I understand, Arctic. Yeah, first reset. There you go. It is a reset. When you die, this is marathon mode. When you die, it is a full commitment. I'm not going to be reading any of the notes this time around, but we're going to be playing a Faith fan game that I'm excited about. And that fan game is a recreation of this first chapter, Chapter 1, but in 3D. It's called Faith 64. And I think that does have all the notes. I think I'll probably want to like experience all that one. Experience all the notes in that one. But since this is just marathon mode, we're just trying to kind of power through the game as quickly as possible. This is more just a warm-up. And just an excuse to play the game, because I know they've added new cutscenes, they've added new interactions. Again, we saw Michael chase the deer earlier, which is something I've never seen before. Father. Chicago stuff, suburban people, yeah. St. Louis Children's, it is a good hospital, yeah. Many years ago, many moons ago, I actually received treatment at St. Louis Children's. I had some kind of virus as a kid that made me puke so much. Like, it was like every hour on the hour for like 12 plus hours, I was just puking. Like, couldn't keep anything down, it was miserable. And I was just so dehydrated, it was awful. I was in 4th grade, I'll never forget. A very unpleasant experience. But yeah, I went to St. Louis Children's to basically get an IV in me, just so I can get something in me, because it was a shitty thing I was dealing with. But yeah, they were able to get me squared away. Of course, I was dehydrated. I already have very small and crappy veins. In fact, I just had a physical. Well, I had blood work for a physical that's happening on Monday. I just did blood work yesterday, and even yesterday they had a hard time finding my vein. They had to go in through the knuckle, through the wrist there. But I already have crappy veins, but it was especially difficult because, you know, when you're a kid and you're dehydrated, that's extra hard mode. Anyway, long story short, they were able to get me squared away, and I was, you know, obviously I'm still alive now, so I'm fine. But yeah, that was an unpleasant experience that was made, that was resolved thanks to their, thanks to their. Is this gonna have where the key is? Looking for the key. I think Michael drops the key. But yeah, thanks to the pedigree at that facility, they do good stuff. And also, Michael freaking jump scared my ass. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Also, we got Mallory in the house. What's up, Mallory? Hampocalypse? Hampocalypse. I do not know about Hampocalypse, Meerkat. I would love to know more. Portal 64. Is that the Portal demake for the N64? I don't know if it's like actual N64 hardware, but at least based on the visuals of N64. Yes, I've heard about it, but I haven't really been following it that deeply. More just surface level kind of following it. Let's follow the children. I think he drops the key after so many times of warding him away. I could be wrong though. Just fill a bucket? You mean like fill a bucket, which is to say here's a bunch of blood all at once, never bother me again? Because see, I do it once a year for an annual physical. Usually I go in a couple days prior, and I give, you know, we have blood work done. That way, when I have my physical, the doctor has the numbers, and we can look at the numbers right then and there, and talk about, you know, if, I don't know, blood sugar or cholesterol or kidney levels or liver level, you know, all the numbers and metrics. It's like the stat sheet, you know? It's like your Dungeons & Dragons stat sheet. See if anything needs further consideration. Almost missed it. I was gonna re-chat. Your cat, you had someone that had something similar? Yeah. Fluids and IV. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what all I needed. I just needed an IV. Like, I think they just gave me a saline IV. And if you listen closely, there are words he's saying. It's just kind of hard to tell because it's so garbled. I mean, all the dialogue in this game has that kind of Intellivision vocoding going on. Yeah, but it actually runs on N64 hardware, which is impressive. No, I really haven't been following it. But I just have seen a couple of blurbs about it on social media. I've seen some YouTube videos pop up in my timeline. It sounds like I should give it a proper look, because I understand it's quite a technical undertaking that these developers are going through, because Portal, not even graphics-wise, but just the things that the game does are very involved when it comes to the physics and the collisions and whatnot with Portal. I mean, it's a source engine, right? So the idea of getting that to run in any capacity, even in a simplified manner on an N64, is impressive to say the least. So yeah, I should look into that, honestly. something that Valve should put their name. Yeah, I mean, hopefully the fact that they haven't C&D'd it is a good sign. Hopefully. The crab walking fella. Yeah, we learn more about his origin story after a certain point in the main game, and maybe I should, and I'll refrain from talking too confidently about this game's story because it's a very good game and everybody really should play it. It's very, very good, and learning about the story is awesome and nice and spooky and nice and terrifying. Damn, this guy fucking got my ass. I'm surprised he's not dropping the key. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he dropped the key after you scared him away enough times. Maybe I'm wrong. Severe back pain. Tumor on her. Oh, God, that sounds awful, Mallory. Jesus. Cholesterol checks. There's something like that with RimWorld. There's a mod that adds that kind of thing in the game as well, with nutrition. Like, no. I don't want to have to micromanage that level of nonsense on that one. So I fell behind in chat, by the way. I'm getting caught up here. Every 3 months. That's impressive, RT. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one thing if it's a physical, but if you're like donating blood, they take a lot more, obviously. For me, when it's a physical, it's like 2 vials, and it's nothing. But I'm such a light dude. I'm like 115 pounds, so if I were to like donate blood, it would very much make me lightheaded. Hopefully, it wouldn't make me sick, but it would be unpleasant, needless to say. Yeah, no, good thing they found it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it sounds like it was benign, which is good, but still, now they know about it. Really bad then. Yeesh. That's wild. On a band trip. Gosh, that's wild, Mallory. What a story. All this when all of you were like 15, 16, 17 years old. That's awful. For anybody and everybody to experience. Also, Vlad, over on YouTube, I just, like I said, sorry I fell behind a little bit on the comments. Do appreciate you popping in. Yeah, it took a while for the stream to appear on YouTube. Yeah, and that was actually on my end. I hadn't actually pushed the multi-streaming. I usually wait a little bit before I push it. Maybe what I need to do is I need to bless more things, and maybe then is when Michael will drop the key. Because I've just been kind of skipping over these key items, these key locations. Chaos reigns. I think that's something that our character doesn't see. I think that's something that is heard from afar. The N64 version. We're actually playing that tonight. We're gonna play Faith 64 tonight. I'm very excited because I love this game. And the idea that there's Faith fan games makes me very excited. Liver makes an odd protein. Interesting. Yeah. And the various, infusion, maybe not infusions, but vaccinations. Well, yeah, if they're able to use your blood in some helpful way, RT, and you're willing to go through the process of donating it, or giving it at least, that's great. I know giving blood is no fun. I know for some people they don't mind it, but for a lot of us it's unpleasant. I mean, I'm a big softie. I get very squeamish very easily when it comes to needles and vaccines and like injections don't bother me too much, but giving blood is always like, makes me a little bit nervous. I never like pass out. I never get sick. It just kind of just makes me unsettled a little bit, but I'm fine. The worst thing that always happens is that I get really cringy when I go to when I have blood drawn, because I get nervous and I start telling really stupid jokes. And I'm always like apologetic because again I got tiny little veins, and when I went yesterday, they tried going into the inside my elbow like a lot of us usually do, but they couldn't get the vein that way, so they of course went through the knuckle. And I was like, and I told the lady, I was like I gave my veins a pep talk. I drank all this water. I tried to stay hydrated. I gave my veins a pep talk. I said, all right, boys, we're gonna have a nice nurse person. They're a professional, and they just want to get their job done and get the heck out of Dodge. And mercifully, the person was laughing. You know, they were amused by my stupid banter. But in my mind, I was like, this poor person doesn't need to suffer my nonsense. She's just trying to get her job done, right? Oh, fucking hell, man. Maybe I feel like the biggest dummy in the world. I can't remember how to get the key to spawn. This is like the first thing that you do in this game. And I can't get Michael to drop the gosh darn key. What the heck am I doing wrong? Gotta be something else. Yeah, let me fill. I fell way behind in chat. Let me get caught up. I know. Yeah, we got weed. Weed powder also pops in. Says Alex, you fell so far behind. Well, let's get caught up here. I was trying to gib gab and also kind of sort of keep track, but I was slipping and sliding. I'll go ahead and unpause just because I don't think Michael will get us in the starting screen. Boop. There we go. You've donated blood, which is good. Yeah, sit for 15 minutes. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think if I were to donate blood, like, because they take more than 2 vials when you donate, I think that'd be tough for me. 2 gallons donated in one sitting. No, over the course of multiple sittings. Yeah, that's awesome, Ryan. That's fantastic. When people donate blood, some people donate plasma or platelets like that. That is very involved and very unpleasant, but it is a life-saving thing. And of course, the reality of the situation is that there's always a need for more of it. Like, there's always a need. It's the fact that there are those who are willing to go through the process of donating blood out of the kindness of their hearts is just spectacular. Really, really something else. I tell the jokes too. Yeah, I become such a cringy asshole. I mean, hopefully the fun kind of cringy asshole, but I know I'm cringe, so I embrace it. Hello, dear friend. And of course, if you get too close, I'll scamper off. Yeah. I hope it isn't just gas. That would be embarrassing, although it'd also be a relief. What's up, Poobah, Mr. Todd? Good to see you, bud. What do you mean, Todd? No, this is I'm playing off my PS5 with maxed out graphics. I mean, this is not top-of-the-line graphic fidelity. Here in the year of our Lord, 2023. Yeah, the 8-bit Moonlight Sonata. We get other classical music thrown in for good measure, with some of the other levels and some of the other chapters, for that matter. But, the part that always gets me in Chapter 1 specifically is, yeah, you hear this dirge of the Moonlight Sonata in 8-bit form for a long part of the intro. And then after a certain point, once certain events happen, the music goes away. And, then it's like eerie and silent and weird. And then it becomes one of those moments where you're like, can I have the music back, please? The creepy music is no longer an issue for me. I'd rather not get got by this ominous silence. Fuck! Went to kind of turn around. Went to turn around and try to get his ass. That's the worst, is when he spawns in like the sides or the corners or something. Maybe I should look up how to get the key to spawn, because I feel like the biggest dumbass. I've promised I've played this game, but I guess I haven't played Chapter 1 in a long time. Because, yeah, the key is locked. I could have sworn Michael drops the key. RT says I'm chatting away. No, I mean, I appreciate the chat messages. It's just, no, it's my own fault. I need to do a better job of like, addressing things quickly and keeping up with things. A knife in a bucket. Yeah, does that have to be my own blood? I think the answer is technically yes. If there were any health professionals in the chat, they would say absolutely yes. But I admire what you're going for. I admire your enthusiasm. Also, we got Puzzle in the house. What's up, Puzzle? Puzzle, have you played this game yet? Because you've probably heard me wax poetic about this game on so many occasions. Proselytize it, maybe. Some Apple II shit? Yeah, you're probably right. Probably even older than that, honestly. What's the little yellow thing? It is a crucifix. We are a priest. Hence the little white dot we got on our neck. We are a priest, or so we claim. So we claim to be. There is, without spoiling too much, there is one brief blurb that happens in basically one of the endings that brings into question John's ordainment. Yeah. Maybe I have to go to the house first, have John exclaim, "It's locked." Because I've been following the children, just kind of mindlessly. I think I need to be paying more attention when I get closer to the sides, as that's where Michael can jump out at you. Having been to Slutty Vegan, I would love to hear about Slutty Vegan, Arctic. Tell me all about Slutty Vegan. Five Guys things, gotcha. That's amazing. I love that. 2 sluts in the house. That's always something to celebrate. Religion instead of math. I mean, that's basically clerics in Dungeons and Dragons, so yes. Absolutely. Very good fast food. I've never heard of this place before. It sounds like a wonderland. That's awesome. Yeah, I've never heard of Slutty Vegan. The only kind of slutty food thing that I can think of is slutty brownies, which Gracie and I made earlier this year. It's a layer of Oreos, a layer of chocolate chip cookie, and a layer of fudge. Oh shit. Smushed together in like a 3-layered combo, and then baked in an oven. And it's extremely good. And the original name was something much more normal, much more normie, and banal sounding. The original person that invented this recipe, it was like 3-layer Oreo cookie or something like that, something normal. But at some point she posted the recipe online and other people claimed they were called slutty brownies. And as you know, once something escapes onto the internet, there's no corralling it. It is no longer yours. It belongs to the internet. So she's like, this person has gone on to say, like, although it's not the name I chose, it's the name that has been widely adopted. And honestly, from a marketing standpoint, the name Slutty Brownie is just fun. So I'll take that over, like, something normie sounding 3-layer brownie surprise. Be away with all that nonsense. Give me Slutty Brownies any day of the week. Alright, so we got the information that is locked. Maybe now Michael will be kind to us. Maybe I should just follow the kids in the meantime. I think they're the twins. See, he was going fast. Sometimes this man is plowing through. Oh. Yeah, very good fast food vegan. Now that's high praise because, well, I guess on the one hand, maybe it's fairly easy. Maybe not easy, but maybe it's not much of a comparison because fast food is rarely great. Sometimes it's alright, sometimes it's terrible, but rarely is it like, oh, is that amazing? Usually it's like, I feel awful, and it tasted okay, but it was cheap, and it was quick, and it was warm, so, you know, there's that aspect of it. So having anything good to say about, like generally speaking, good, ontologically good to say about fast food is impressive, because that is not always the case in my experience. Only a few cities right now, but yeah, hopefully they'll pop off eventually. Yeah, thanks for popping in on Twitch as well, Vlad. Yeah, I saw you over on YouTube. My apologies for being so slow with getting to certain chat messages. I'm trying to keep up as well as I can. A prude burger, as opposed to a slutty burger, right? It's trash too, but it's that good trash. I like that good trash. Everything I eat is trash, says Ryan. You know, we were just talking about, Grace and I were talking about possums earlier. Whenever I think of something digging through trash. I know a lot of people think raccoons, but I'm a possum guy through and through. Part of that is, of course, my humble Midwestern upbringing. I'm gonna ignore following the twins for a minute. Maybe I need to go back to the car. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe I need to go back down for a bit. If I die one more time, or if I go another 5 minutes without Michael spawning and dropping the key, I'm just gonna look up how the key spawns. Fucking hell, he was so fast. Yeah, I'm just gonna look it up now. I'm the biggest dumbass ever. I cannot remember how to get the key to spawn. Faith, chapter 1, locked door. Unless anybody knows. If anybody knows, I'm happy to have people spoil in the chat, because I've already played this a whole bunch. But I could have sworn that Michael drops it, and he just has not. He's been keeping it from us this whole time, and it makes me very sad. Alright, here we go. So if I switch over to this screen, we can all see it. Yep. Discovers it in a nearby shed. Huh. Apparently it's inside the shed. I couldn't actually get into it. Maybe there is an aspect of the shed I hadn't remembered. I could have sworn Michael dropped it, but again, maybe I'm getting my wires crossed here. Sworn off fast food because it's usually bad. Yeah, that's how I am. I eat fast food maybe once or twice a year, and I'm good. The only time I eat it is if I need something to like get. Basically, if I'm like driving long distances, if I need just something for the road, and I don't really have like much time to stop. And the main thing really is if I'm going to visit family for Thanksgiving, because on the way there, maybe the day before. You know, if we're staying overnight, maybe I would like, especially if it's after work. You know, it's after work. It's like, it's already pitch dark outside because it's 5 p.m. And it's like I don't want to drive. I want to minimize. It's like a 3-hour drive, so it's a long drive to go to visit family in southern Illinois, like really southern Illinois, like Carbondale. It's a long drive. So, and of course, Thanksgiving is November, and of course November is the beginning of running season, so you know there's deer out and about, especially in the more rural parts of the country. We'll go ahead and get the message. In the more rural parts of the country, and Carbondale goes through some really rural backwoods locations, so needless to say there's deer everywhere. So like I'm driving for 3 hours through very little in the way of very little in the way of like, I don't know, lights along the along the road. So how do you actually get in? So it was inside the shed. I thought I'd actually walked up to the front, but it didn't. Oh, there it goes. Okay. There we go. I didn't walk up correctly. Alright, don't I feel like a dingus? Anyway, yes, that's the only time, is if I just need something to help me kind of power through a long drive. But thankfully, I do this very rarely. Cook some delightful things. Ryan is a very good cook, I can confirm. I can personally confirm. My body craves the trash. I mean, sometimes it's nice. I mean, it tastes nice sometimes. Other times, it hurts. You know, it hurts our bodies so desperately. Carbondale's close to you. I mean, it's still a 3-hour drive. I mean, to me, maybe I'm a chump, but to me, 3 hours is quite a lot. To me, that is a not insignificant drive. All right, so also we've just got our boy Gratoff who rated us, by the way. Thank you, Mr. Gratz. Very generous of you, my man. Now, you should be jealous of me, by the way. I get to play games with Gratoffy and our boy Jet Dive. We get to do some Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, randomizer crossover tomorrow, which is very exciting. I'm excited to play some games with the boys tomorrow. So now I get to go into the house. Finally. Finally. And lots of MSG. That is the key. MSG is the key. Can confirm. He was doing some more Majora's Mask. Very nice, Mr. Gratz. Gratz, what was tonight's race you were doing? Because I'm assuming it was a race. Maybe it wasn't a race at all. Maybe it was just a fun randomizer. Gratoffy is a Zelda randomizer fiend, but he's primarily specialized with Majora's Mask. But yeah, for any of you who grew up playing Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or just any of the N64, or I guess either of the N64 3D Zelda games, you've probably heard of Zelda randomizers, where it's like a third-party mod for Zelda games that randomizes locations of certain item drops, whether it be small keys or boss keys or heart pieces or rupee drops or even major drops like hook shots and bows and arrows and light arrows, all that crap. All those things are randomized to different locations. You can play them single player or you can play them multiplayer. In our case, with Gratoffy and our friend Jet Dive, we're playing some more of that tomorrow. And it's not just Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, it is both games combined. And we're actually finding items for our own instances of the games in each other's games. It's kind of hard to describe, but the basic gist is that all three of our games are synced together, but exist independently, and we have to find items for each person in our own games. So I might find Gratoffy's light arrows for Majora's Mask in my Ocarina of Time. I might find Jet's Iron Mask, or Giant's Mask, in his Majora's Mask inside of my Ocarina of Time, and vice versa. So it's very fun and very weird, and looking forward to playing more of it tomorrow with the boys. Yeah, the flavor enhancer. Yes, exactly. They call it flavor enhancer because MSG, unfortunately, has a very, I would say, unfair negative connotation. You know, there was this whole thing in like the mid to late 2000s where people were getting very, very upsetty about MSG. Supposedly it caused migraines. Supposedly it caused this and that. That was all debunked years ago. MSG causes no problems, so long as you don't just go crazy with it, obviously. But it would like taste too salty before it becomes a problem. So 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be an issue. More than 99 times out of 100, it's not going to be an issue. So that's where the flavor enhancer comes in. It's like a way to, you know, offer MSG in a way that basically doesn't scare uppity white people. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Something might make you feel jittery. Well, maybe that's a good point too, Vlad. Maybe there are some people that do legitimately have some kind of sensitivity to it. So maybe there is something. Maybe there is something there. But like in the grand scheme of things, there was this big kind of like, I don't know. I like to think it wasn't like a full-on moral panic, but there was this weird period of time 10, 15, 20 years ago where people were kind of freaking out about it. It's kind of silly. Kind of silly in retrospect, obviously. Yeah, there was, well, and yeah, like Arctic said, there was also, yeah, a questionable dubiousness to some of the original claims from years and years ago. We're probably getting close to beating it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I would say we're to the point we're going to start knocking out more dungeons tomorrow for sure. Lots of sugar there too. Yes, very much that. Very much that. Some shrimp lo mein, some pot stickers, always valid. Yeah. Yeah, the description of the of the Zelda randomizers, Mr. Ryan. Yeah, I mean, of course, Ryan's one of my 3D Zelda game fellow enthusiasts. We have something following us. You can see the mirror. Does not match our own silhouette. Something spooky there. Nice and spooky. Let's go upstairs. Oh wait, no, I think I go into the basement, or maybe that's what this is. Ooh, look at that. Yes, that's where we want to go. That's the attic, I'm pretty sure. Let's go to the basement first. Let it be known, of course, that the music has gone away. For better or for worse. I think it went away when we saw the thing in the fridge. But yeah, Ryan, and of course, remembers the good old Zelda Ocarina of Time and the Majora's Mask games. But yeah, the randomizers are really cool. Randomizers for games like Zelda or Castlevania or Super Metroid. I mean, of course, even the 2D Zelda games like Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. Those are also great. It's a nice way to play something that's familiar to you. A lot of us know 3D Zelda games pretty dang well in the grand scheme of things, but the randomized aspect, the idea that you open a treasure chest or you defeat a boss, and instead of the usual... Hold on, I'll stay quiet for this part. She is here. She is here. Instead of the usual, say a heart piece, or heart container rather, from a boss, or yeah, a heart piece from winning the race against Dampé, or the chest that usually bequeaths to you the bow and arrow, or I guess the fairy bow in the forest temple, that could instead give you a blue rupee. What's that one? Cool. Yeah, that's Amy, by the way. Could give you a blue rupee, or it could give you, like I said, iron boots within Ocarina of Time. It could give you something else. It could give you something useless. I'm dead. Gosh darn it. Okay, well, I don't know if I want to do too much more of Chapter 1. I was thinking I'd be able to beat Chapter 1 no problem, but turns out I'm struggling to just get through this piece. Now, the one thing about Marathon Mode is looks like it actually did autosave here. She is here. Which is surprising. I thought Marathon Mode meant that it would not let you start back when you had from like a recent checkpoint. I thought the checkpoint would have been start way back at the beginning, like at the start of chapter 1. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with Arctic on that one. Yeah. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. I'm with Arctic on that one. Like, yeah, if I think it was Vlad. Vlad was saying like, yeah, maybe they might have had some kind of unpleasant experience. I don't doubt that you did, because yeah, some people might legitimately have some kind of sensitivity. It's kind of like, it's like with the whole gluten thing. That's a good example where some people legitimately have an honest-to-goodness gluten sensitivity, maybe even gluten allergies at some points, and their health problems that they experience can be very real and very unpleasant. But same kind of thing. There was this weird kind of panic about gluten, 10, 15 or so odd years ago, where some people were swearing up and down like, oh man, like if I eat such and such kind of thing, I have horrible indigestion. And I blame the gluten, and then it's like, okay, well, do you eat white rice? Do you or plain rice? Do you eat this kind of bread, this kind of thing? And they'd be like, oh yeah, I eat that just fine, but I swear it's the gluten. It's like, okay, well, all these other things have gluten in it as well, so it can't. If you have problems with one thing that has gluten in it, but this other thing that does not, or vice versa. Oh, it's because it was on the carpet. That's why I couldn't see it. Yeah. So it's one of those things where for some it is overblown, but for others it is an honest-to-goodness issue. Majora's Mask, yeah, I know you've probably heard me say this before, Ryan. It's a very good game. Majora's Mask is very good, and it was tough when we were kids because that game is difficult. It's a challenging game, but it's not that bad. But it starts ominously, like it starts really tough. And it starts with a pedigree that kind of makes it feel more, I don't want to say feel more challenging than it is. Well, the whole thing about the timer, the clock counting down, is very stressful. And it kind of gives it this heaviness that makes it hard to get over. There we go, yeah, that was where she snuck up on me earlier. Yeah, Majora's Mask is very good, especially if you've already played Ocarina of Time, because you already know the combat system, you already know a bunch of the items, a bunch of how the monsters work. So it's like an enhanced Ocarina of Time. It's almost like a ROM hack, the way that like a lot of the things are truly unique and truly special. She's no longer following me, which is nice. It's really good game. There's really no other Zelda game like it. A lot's been said about how it's kind of the least Zelda-like Zelda game pretty much ever. As there is no Zelda, there's no Ganondorf, there's no Master Sword, no Triforce, there's so much of that game that is missing from the usual Zelda trappings. I heard a door. Waiting for the door to open. Controlled environment, yeah, that's the best way to really know for sure. The Bomber Notebook entries, yeah, I remember you told me about that, Gertoffy, and of course the Bomber Notebook is so terrible because it makes you have to press the A button one extra time. Suboptimal gameplay, it's terrible. But that is interesting though, had to complete the notebook to beat the game. Yeah, forced Bomber Notebook acquisition. Because that's the thing, you can randomize all these extra pieces and extra segments of the game, including small keys, of course, heart pieces. You can I was listening in, and on Loverish, the randomizer player that we rated last time, she was saying how, at least for Ocarina of Time randomizer, there's a mode where you can randomize the C buttons for the ocarina into the game. So you can learn the Song of Time, but you can't actually play it until you've unlocked C right, C down, C up, and A button, which is hilarious. The idea of like, I know the song, I just can't play it on my ocarina because I don't have the buttons unlocked. It's ridiculous.
I have to finish what I started. She's mine, priest.
She is mine, priest. Let's see if we can do this boss battle, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up chapter 1. Then we'll switch over to survival mode. I'm curious to try out survival mode. And maybe it's a good thing that I did a bit of a warm-up, because I haven't played this game in a while. Basically not since we played it in October of last year when this game first came out. Out here. Mysterious Shadow Man. We just slowly walk away from him, I guess. There's a second one. So that's something that's new. I don't think they added the second one previously. That's kind of cool. There we go. So same thing as earlier. We have to find which is the real one. Oh, there we go. Find which one is the real one, and we can kind of tell which direction she's going to emerge from. So... top one. Okay, so that means we dodge, expecting her to approach from the bottom. That's a basic gist, so you can't scare her off immediately, but you can know which direction she's coming from and start to react accordingly. And then you want to try to damage her before she gets too close. And of course, if she touches you once, you will die, because that's how this game works. In 99.9% of the game, if you get touched by a bad guy, you will auto-die, with very little exception. Do this for a little bit longer, and then we should be able to win the fight. Honestly, getting to the fight is the easy part because... or actually, it's not the easy part, but winning the fight's the easy part because getting to it is the part that... yeah, there's a lot of steps that I'd clearly forgotten earlier. Slams into the wall. There is a phase 2. I don't think phase 2 will be too much harder either. Oh, right, that's where she draws the pentagram. Oh, shit. Okay, well, never mind. I was gonna say, I know she draws the pentagram. I couldn't quite remember what else happens. Let's go ahead and try survival mode. I feel like I've gotten my fill of just kind of playing around in chapter 1 for a bit. Do I want to just beat this boss battle? Let's go ahead and beat this boss battle just to prove that we can do it. The issue is that I don't think what the issue is there. I know if you get caught in the cyclone, she'll zero in on your location. Maybe she just kind of homes in on you regardless of where you're standing. Yeah, she has that little spiral. Oh, she was not zeroing in on my location. I just chose a very bad place to stand. Because I know she follows the pentagram. So as long as you're outside of that and you're not getting caught in that kind of ruined cyclone. Oh, okay, I thought I was worried I was in a bad place there. She's sending out the Shadow Man. And then she's chilling. I'm kind of surprised I'm able to reach from here. We of course can't see the health bars. We don't know how much damage we're doing, but the implication is that it's decent enough. I get caught by the cyclone. Oh, and I still got caught by it. Yeah, because then she screams and kind of flies into you. Some research on what the issue could be. Oh, and using ChatGPT, interesting. Widespread MSG sensitivity. But some people could still have issues. Yeah, that's the basic gist, I would assume. Pretty much mild and temporary. Right, that makes sense. Yeah, address the concerns. Well, like Arctic said, it could be a sign of something else that's maybe unpleasant, like some kind of soybean, you know, sensitivity or just general, you know, stomach intolerance, which is still worth, you know, trying to figure out, obviously, because soybeans are in a lot of things. Yeah, sometimes things just fly under the radar. It's just how it goes. I don't want to stand here because then she'll freaking get my ass. And I like it very much when my ass is not getting got. Something in Subway fucks me up, yeah. I've never had problems with Subway per se, but I've heard people say either that with Subway or Burger King, or it's like how certain fast food chains sometimes cause like very unpleasant problems Whereas other similar locations, not so bad. Like, I've heard people say, like, Burger King's a good example. I've heard people swear up and down that Burger King gives them, like, horrible stomach problems, but no issues with McDonald's. Even though functionally they're exactly the same, you know, for all intents and purposes. For all intensive porpoises, if you will. So, yeah, it's hard to zero in on these things sometimes. Oop. Sends out the Shadow Man at us. And then when she sits perfectly still, that's the time to get the big damage. Right over there. Something I can reach her from there. I know better than to stay on that line, because that's an easy way for her to destroy my entire face. Of course, you don't want to stand in the pentagram middle, because she will very easily blast your ass. Speaking from experience, of course, from getting my ass blasted multiple times in this boss battle. And of course, she's only even damageable while she's staying still. She's kind of in this blinking invulnerable mode when she's moving around. So now the Shadow Man. Let's be enough to take her down? It might be. Not quite. We're getting there, though. She's gonna stay put in this one space over here. Can't quite reach in there, which is a shame. I know we're getting close. So at least there's some predictability, the exact path she takes every time. There we go. Local pizza, yeah. I mean, going for like a mom and pop shop is generally better anyway. There she goes. Flings herself out the window, as you do. And then we're presented with a choice. Once we get back to the main dining room, the main living room area. The message says kill her.
A gun with 1 bullet.
We found a gun with 1 bullet. So whomst do we kill? Do we kill her, or do we try to kill someone or something else? There's a very explicit path given to us. We could follow this path. Gonna follow it down. I shall be in this space right over here. Yeah, so there's Amy. We could use it against her. Or we could go for the good ending. That's one of the less good endings going for her. Let's go for the known good ending instead. But yeah, no, I'm with you, Vlad. Yeah, it's if I'm going for pizza, I will, and if there's an option for it, and I'm willing to pay maybe slightly more, then yeah, I go for a mom and pop shop all the time. Because, I mean, yes, Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, like, you know, those are all just kind of okay, and they're cheap, and usually pretty fast, and usually pretty consistent. But yeah, it's just not as good. Not as good, not as tasty. And it's nice going for not a chain. You know, it's nice supporting a local business. Yeah, some of that stuff gives you heartburn. Yeah, totally understand. Wally's and Dairy King. Oh, really? That's a shame because Wally's is really good. I like Wally's. Brother. You like the flamethrower burger from Dairy Queen? I've never had Dairy Queen's burgers.
I will send a flower.
I haven't been to Dairy Queen in a long time.
You and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. I shall not be afraid.
Brett said he read the health inspection report for a more local chain. Oh, was it not good?
Darkness.
I'm guessing for pizza.
Make the Lord my refuge.
A Greek place? That's a shame, Vlad. Yeah. Of course, COVID tanked a bunch of, well, businesses in general, but restaurants as well. Which is really a shame, because, yeah, there's a lot of places that did not survive pandemic times.
I can't explain what happened at that house. I can only have faith that I did the right thing.
So that's, I think, canonically the good ending. That's like the canonical ending. So that's what takes us into chapter 2, basically. And I'm not going to read the blurb just because it's a lot of text, but the basic gist is that the body of that creature is found, and at first people think it's a person, but they later determine it's so mutated it's some kind of animal. They determine it's some kind of animal, and they can't tell what kind of animal it is. It's something that no one recognizes. But this part at the end, it says this creature suffered from the rickets, a vitamin D deficiency that appears in animals and children who have not received enough sunlight. So anyway, so I'm not gonna power through into chapter 2. I'm gonna exit out and we're going to play. Oh, the game's just gonna close. I'm gonna try out the survival mode. This is the new game mode that got added recently. And then let's see, Telena's. I don't think I've heard of this place, Mallory. I hope it's a still existing place. The fact that you're speaking in the past tense makes me wonder if the place is no longer around, which would be unfortunate. Bag of dirty laundry. Oh, yikes. I'm sorry to hear that, Gratz. This was a local chain, you said. I'm guessing it's a pizza place, and it's, that sounds awful. That sounds real bad. Yeah, Vlad knows this game, of course, yeah. I try to read the notes in the cool, kind of synthy voice. Can I the intro? Yes, I can, there we go. Alright, so let's do survival mode. I've never tried this before. I don't know what fast forward means. I'm gonna say no thank you. I think all demons at once. Best number of demons, best knockouts. I think it's just like it's like, there's really not a whole lot of basic enemies, but I'm guessing it's like a boss rush, basically. Turtle infestations. Interesting. I would have never imagined that turtles could infest anything. I mean, turtles are kind of fun to have around, so I would almost see that as a positive thing. Yeah, it was a local chain, not the usual location, but still, that is disconcerting for sure, Gratz. It's a pizza place and it's pretty good. Telena's. I'll have to mention that to Gracie, see if she recognizes it, because yeah, it does not ring a bell to me. Overrun with turtles, exactly. Yeah, they came out of nowhere. I had to duck behind the counter for safety. Prepare yourself, priest. All right, so let's see what survival mode is all about. Recognize this guy. So we have the bronze crucifix from chapter 3, and I cannot leave. I don't know if I have to stand in the middle. Father. And almost get words out of him sometimes. The turtles were coming right for us. I had to duck here for my own safety. I feared for my life. He's getting real fast. It's getting a lot faster. I don't know if there's really much else there. I'm assuming we're gonna fight Amy at some point soon. Okay. Know what that noise means. I hope it's randomized, or not always the exact same sequence. Oh, I can leave, okay. So I don't recognize this building, this is new. The body of a pig, yes. Oh, this is from chapter 3, I think. There's a medical gurney. Oh, there's some aberration happening. Oh, there's Amy, okay, shit, there it is. So, sure enough, Amy happens here. We killed one demon. Continue at last demon, please. So the aberration means that something wicked this way comes. There we go. So we can do this fight again. What's it say? John... It just says our name a whole bunch. Because our guy's name is John Ward, I think, is the last name. So this, of course, is... I don't even know if it really counts as phase 1 of the boss battle, because you just kind of hold the crucifix and she eventually just kind of goes away. This is really when the fight really begins, because you can... There's a greater risk of dying, but it's pretty easy. The second phase is, of course, much more involved, because then you have to be a lot smarter about your positioning. It'd be really hard to take a guy with a name that silly seriously. Oh man, you and Vlad. Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. I know some people also say sharing the same brain cell. There we go. So no cutscenes. It's a truncated version of the fight, because that kind of happened a lot sooner than it usually does. So the health bars are a little bit more generous this time around. Oop. A little too close on that one. Ooh, I was right on the border there. On the edge. New music too. Just noticed that. Maybe I should have just started with survival mode. I was kind of thinking like marathon mode might be kind of fun to mess around with, but oh shit. But I didn't realize that survival mode would kind of be going in a sequence. I just assumed it was kind of like a randomized, sort of boss battles and encounters, not in a predestined order. It seems like it is predetermined. The N64 version, yeah, I'm really excited to try out Faith 64. That's a shame that we have to go through all phases of this fight. Because that's the thing, it didn't count as killing the demon entirely. This is a multi-phase demon. Then, of course, we have the I'm assuming they'll have us do the secret boss from episode 1, from chapter 1, that is. And then, like, probably the like, little miniature demon that you see in chapter 2, and probably the lizard guy in chapter 2, like, no, and then Mother Mildred. Yeah, we have a whole bunch. Whole bunch to look forward to. I imagine doing marathon mode, or doing survival mode a bunch would be a good way to kind of prepare yourself for marathon mode, because some very involved fights. It's easy to get some of them conflated. I'm not going to stand in the way of that. I know better. Quite reach there. Reach. There we go. Maybe in the top right. But the reach is a lot more generous this time around. Gonna fire the Shadow Man at me. Oh no, she's not. Going real fast. Okay, here comes the Shadow Man. Astral projection. Good damage. I was hoping that would actually do it, but not quite. Just gonna stand at the bottom. Actually, I'm not gonna get close. That's kind of an odd angle for that one. Come on, a little bit more. I'm too scared to get close. It's a commitment I'm afraid of. There we go. Demon numero trace. He's done so. Here's the secret boss. It's interesting how this fight is all taking place in the backdrop of an area that looks a lot like the clinic from chapter 3. Real fast. You can reset your location now. Actually, I'm gonna try to power through here. Not exactly a very forgiving arena. Very, very limited. Much more limited than I'm used to with this fight. Alright, dial-up mode, a man is dead. Do I go up top or do I go to the right, maybe? The DVD sleep. Yes, yeah, when it but when it hits the corner, it's so hype. When the DVD screensaver hits the corner, everyone pops off. I wonder if we'll eventually upgrade to the silver crucifix at some point. Oh, it's the cornfield now. Get yourself some corn demons. Oh, thought I could ward him away. Everybody gangster till the corn demon shows up. Yes, this is from chapter 2. So he's a little bit faster than I am.
Mortis.
Mortis. Yeah, we're gonna hear that a lot. Maybe I can just ward him away.
Swear fighting through.
You just have to stick to it a little bit longer then.
Destroy the child.
Destroy the child.
My faith is weak.
My faith is, or thy faith is weak, he claims. Where are you? Show yourself, demon. There he is.
Reap what you sow.
Reap what you sow.
You know what you did.
You know what you did. That was it? I thought I heard a satisfying cleansing noise take place. Oh, still can't leave. Oh wait, oh, I go down. I follow the blood trail. Cornfield in this game, yeah. Not just a cornfield, but corn demons. Let's go into... Oh, this guy. Remember you. Surprised that was considered a demon, but sure. Go drink from the cup. Oh, it's you. Oh, that was a quick one. I thought there would be a few phrases to that one. There's also demons. I was saying earlier how, you know, my proud Illinois upbringing. Oh, this part, right. Same thing with Illinois, honestly. Same general issue. What's it say? Don't you remember? Question mark. He's gonna start. Here I come. He's gonna start moving. There he is. I sent him to announce himself. Here I come, he says. I get too close. You can't catch me. Where are you? I'm like checking my six constantly. Too late, priest. This music is more Castlevania-y than anything. No complaints here. Right, so now... Surely we don't just go back the way we came. I'm looking to see if there's another opening. Like this way. No more flashlight necessary. The candles make me wonder if it's Mother Mildred now from Chapter 2. What do I like more, corn or demons? I mean, I've never tried eating a demon before, but maybe I'm missing out. Checking their 6, but never their 9. In a perfect world, they check their 69. It's gonna do the swooshing. It's doing the swooshing. Yeah, this is a good way to kind of beef yourself up on certain boss battles that happen later in the game, because I remember this battle killing me a whole bunch in Chapter 2, just because his movement patterns were... Well, the tricky thing there is that it's a much smaller arena in Chapter 2. Like in this fight, I have a lot more room to work around. .369, damn, she fine. There's one candle lit. It's lit, fam. There's the baby. The dial-up modem baby. Everybody gangster to the dial-up modem baby appears. Because he goes amongst the clouds. The vape clouds. So you have to kind of like assume which vape cloud the baby's gonna jump to. Let's try to anticipate that and get out of the way of it, just because it's hard to know, obviously. Oh, shit. What was I just saying? Try to anticipate it, not get in his way. It did not stop me, though. Yeah, there's some randomness with this battle that makes it kind of hard to beat on a consistent basis. It's also kind of hard to follow this guy's movement sometimes, because he hides amongst the clouds very well. We got him, though. Not a lot of health, thankfully. Alright, one more. Oh, I gotta go down, right. This is almost open. a small battle arena. I'll see you again, he says. Oh, and this one. This is gonna be part of chapter 3, maybe? No, we have to do the boss battle from chapter 2 first. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Okay. I was just thinking, oh, okay, maybe I go to the next room. Nope, we just wait for him to appear. Yeah, maybe we just kind of chill here and wait for him to do his thing. Here he comes. Thankfully, we can just ward him away. More dial-up modem enemies. No video game is complete without some dial-up modem spouting demon friends. There we go. That explosion means a demon is cleared. So here's the redo of the secret episode 1 boss. So you can fight him in episode 1, but it's a smaller arena. It's the exact same general strategy to fight him. So in this part, there is kind of a phase 2 that makes him harder to see. But I don't think there's like a canonical expectation that you fight him in episode 1. You have to shoot the mirror, basically. And it's a cool fight, but you don't really get anything huge from it. Just an extra note for lore purposes. He sometimes teleports farther away. Oh, except when he teleports in front of me. Never mind. What if it's a ball gag? That would change. That would change a lot of the character motivations. We'll just say. Then they wouldn't be calling us father. Then they'd be calling us daddy. Although, you know, a great philosopher once pointed out that the sentences, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned," and "I'm sorry, Daddy, I've been naughty," are functionally identical. But it's all about subtext. It's all about the subtext. It's all about delivery. Like, yes, those words in that order can have the same basic meaning, but, you know, different understandings. I think we're about to the same point. We teleported real far away. Like when you teleport far away and not, like, directly in front of me like you did earlier. That made me big sad. Must be enough. Oh, come on, so close. Now, mercifully, we move very slow in this game, but mercifully, everything else moves usually a little bit slower. So there's Mother Mildred. I was gonna say, I think I kind of remember her movement patterns pretty well. Hard to get a lot of damage on her, but I don't think she has a lot of health. Just kind of have to, like, anticipate the vector she's going to travel on and just try to maximize your exposure to it with the crucifix. Heretic. Heretic? Come on, this ain't no Warhammer shit. That's what I think of whenever I think of that word, or heresy. I think of some Warhammer shit. Hey, give me that Castlevania music. There we go. Oh, it's you. Oh, right. I'm supposed to not move when I see him. Carrot cake. Oh, that'd be much better and much tastier for that matter. Don't let him. Don't move. Don't move when you see him. He's all right. This one's all right. Just don't make him scared. Be good. And that vanquishes him. I remember him.
Will you listen?
Will you something something? I didn't quite hear what he said.
Suffer the children.
Suffer the children. Oh, it's this guy again. Yeah, we've already fought him before. Or two. Oh, hello. He's right there.
I'm here, priest.
I'm here, priest. You are. This is part 2 electric boogaloo of this fight.
Here I come.
Here I come. Will you whisk me? Oh, I was hoping he was gonna ask if I was gonna frisk him. Which, again, would be very flattering and much more enjoyable. Oh! Extra life donation. Okay, the boss battle is done. Now, I'll confess, I didn't actually get a chance to see that in time. Let me check the donation page real quick, because that will allow me to see if there was like a message attached to it, that kind of thing. Give me one sec. Sometimes it's a Facebook donation, there's not like an obvious message attached to it, or even a name attached to it. Oh, it's the Rick family. Well, thank you. Thank you to Ryan and Ryan and Kayla and the kiddos. Very generous. Now, Ryan, I'm pretty sure you've already donated, so thank you, my friend. That's very kind. But you know, you've already done your part. Not like I expect more from you guys. I promise. I'm not trying to bleed you guys for donations. But thank you for supporting the fundraising efforts we do here. And always supporting the fundraising streams, sharing on Facebook, and hanging out with us for part of the evening. It's always super freaking kind. Really appreciate you guys chilling with us. We're about halfway through the survival mode. We're probably going to jump to half sword pretty soon here. And once we finish up survival mode, and that's something I'm really excited about, because that game looks extremely fun, extremely silly. Even though it's just a demo, I'm excited for it. It's going to be very good. Thank you again, yeah, to Ryan and the fam. What's it say? It's this little husk. Little husk. I mean, I've been called worse. He says, I'm spreading now, baby. I'm flattered. Oh, these guys. Oh, right. I have to like... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I have to kind of... They don't like the light, so I have to go north generally, but prevent them from getting too close and eating my entire booty like groceries. There we go. No, I appreciate you, man. Always so positive and encouraging. I really appreciate that. There's Mother Mildred. The final form. This is the Chapter 2 final boss. But she gets some buddies. I was hoping we'd get our homie who would pop in. But I think he pops in for the second phase, maybe. We get a friend. We get to protect him. We get the cultists that try to interrupt our little procedure here, our ritual. She's doing some teleporting nonsense now. Well, she's morbid. She's morbing out. It's nice when they spawn in from the direction you're already facing, like this guy. He's gonna get close and say, all right, fuck that, never mind. Yeah, I'm liking the music too. Again, it keeps giving me Castlevania vibes, and I am extremely okay with that. No complaints here. They're getting desperate. They're trying to fling more of them at us. Too late for them, though. Look at her go. She is jitterbugging. It's a cool new dance move she's invented. You also have these moments when they're hitting you from a diagonal direction, but you can't aim the crucifix in a diagonal direction. You just have to assume that you have enough coverage. Now it's dark and spooky. Something on the walls. It's sort of like upside down Triforces, kinda, sorta. Where are you, lady? Show yourself to me. There she goes. The band Summoning. I've never heard of it before. Kind of folksy black metal. I do like metal that has like a cool folky kind of vibe to it, so that's something I'd be curious about. It's called Summoning. a look-see. Do you have a song or an album you would recommend, Vlad? Because I'm down for suggestions. I'm always hungry for new music recommendations. I was gonna say, no, that's not it. Well, that was unfortunate positioning. Oh man, we have to do the whole fight again? Ugh. I was hoping there'd be like a multi-phase approach. We can do this though. I believe. Get out of here. Okay, just kind of shoo them away. Brush them aside. She kind of teleported awkwardly in front of me. It would have been really weird if she would have just telefragged me like that. Yeah, I thought there was a point when we get a homie. We get Father Garcia. He's able to offer some assistance with his crucifix, but yeah, maybe that happens in a later phase. Yeah, and you do that more often, where you spawn then immediately run away. That's the best one. Old Morning's Dawn, Llama Lost Door. Okay, all good. All good stuff, thank you. Thank you for the suggestionerinos. Whoa! That is raid numero tres, I believe. That's from our friend, Mr. Very, Very Toss. Thank you, my man. Thank you very much, my dude. Well, I say my dude. He's actually a sentient AI. He's got a really cool VTube setup. He's a sentient AI that, you know, he could have gone rogue and he could have tried, you know, taking over the world and blowing up a bunch of nukes and causing a bunch of problems, but instead he chose to play video games and be a charming individual and an extremely talented artist. Extremely talented artist. There was an instance a number of months ago, we got to do a really fun collaboration with our friend Ilucat and Alina and Jet, who were hanging out with us as well. And Veritas was very, very kind and did some really cool art for all four of us. He did little chibi versions of ourselves as here, I can actually show you. I can bring up an image of it real quick. He did little chibi illustrations of all four of us, and I love those illustrations. Here's the one that he did of me. In just 1 second. Here, let me grab it here, I think. Not here. Crap, where is it? Here it is. Yeah, here, let's go for... I have the one that has all of us? Yes, here we go. Here we go. I'll show you a couple things. So let me go over to monitor share mode. I love this. And it's still my Discord profile picture. So there's me. There's Jet. There's Alina, and there's Ilucat. And, of course, it was when we were playing Demonologist earlier this year. I love these. I love these so much. And if you want the only me, there I am. Isn't that great? It looks just like me. I love it, man. Veritas, thank you, my friend. Very, very generous, as always. You're too good to me, my bud. My dude, and also my guy. By the way, Gratz, my apologies. I usually think to ask this, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, when I'm in the thick of it, I forget to ask. Do you have any clips you want to share? Whenever someone raids, I always like to ask if anyone has any clips that they want to share. It's the least I can do, because someone raids, they're sharing their community with us, they're hanging out here, super freaking kind. The same is open to you, Veritas. If you have any clips you want to share from either tonight or just a recent stream, I'm down, because I'm down to simp for you. If you raid me, I will simp for free. I'll put anything you want on you know, to show it off or to plug anything for you. Veritas is a great artist. I don't know if he has commissions open right now, but if you have artistic needs, I'd consider hitting him up. His style is fantastic. He is a 3D modeler, and he's also good at rigging up VTube models. Dude is great, and I cannot speak highly enough of him. He's a great fella and also very talented, and he does excellent backflips. And what else can he do? He can do really good backflips. He can juggle chainsaws and landmines and babies like the best of them. he knows how to divide by 0. He can do all these amazing things. He's pretty much amazing. But anyway, let's get caught up on chat here. Yeah, maybe 2024. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. We look like little fridge magnets. I would be blessed to have one of those bad boys in the fridge. You kidding me? Absolutely amazing. Veritas says anything. You can plug anything. Veritas, you give me something and I will plug. All right, I have to be very careful at how I end that sentence. I don't want to write a check that my ass can't cash, but yes, the answer is yes. Anything at all. Anything at all. He's a great dancer. I don't doubt it. Can tie a cherry stem with his tongue. Ooh, now that is, making me act up over here. Ooh, buddy. Now I'll have you know I'm married, but ooh, buddy. I'm just sliding into his DMs later. I got something? Yeah. If you was sliding into my DMs, bud, I'll gladly show it. Oh, this is fun. This is very good. Yes, yeah, here we go. Let's just kind of have this be on screen for a bit. Yes. So Veritas made, all right, no, he didn't make this. Alina made this. Okay, yeah, this is also extremely valid. So one delightful thing too is that Captain Alina, she is a fellow streamer friend and also a fellow artist. She does all those same things, or at least many of those same things. I don't know if she has, I know I've seen her do work for VTubing streamers, that kind of thing. I know Veritas has a lot of experience with like 3D modeling, that kind of thing. I've seen Alina's work, and that's more on the illustration and more on the 2D side of things as opposed to 3D. But she also is a very, very good artist, and she made a pillow version of herself. This is Pillow Lina. And Veritas says, hey, can we just like pop this on the screen for a little bit? And the answer is yes. Let me just do this real quick. Add image. Bloop. Pillow Alina. And there we go. So that's Pillow Alina. I'm just gonna put this little pillow friend right down here. Just gonna chill with us. Actually, no, I'll put it over here. That way she's close to us, you know, she's close to our hearts. There we go. She'll help ward away the evil demon friends that we're dealing with. There's a lot of that going on right now. A lot of demons we're trying to fight. She's gonna help keep us nice and safe and cozy. Some good stuff. Safety pillow for a scary, intense game. There you go. There you go. She made that shit. She can draw. She's a very good artist. I mean, a lot of the emotes we're seeing, those are actually Alina's emotes. I'm sure Veritas, since Veritas, I know helps with a lot of her stuff and vice versa. So I'm sure he's assisted on a lot of the stuff that Alina has for her channel. But yeah, a lot of the art on her channel is done just by her, and she's great. Which you wouldn't know if you were a... God, there was that one person a couple days ago. Someone pops into her stream, and they were like, "Hi, Alina, I'm an artist. I can help you. Do you want, if you want, I can send you a DM and we can like work out things that I can make for you." And Alina was like, "Well, I'm an artist, and if you would check my channel description, you would see that." And then the person goes, "Well, yeah, but your art is bad." And it was like, "Okay. All right, thanks, bud. Thanks for your opinion." And instant ban, of course. Like, completely ridiculous. Where's the fella? I heard her. I like saw her for a brief moment. There she goes. Yeah, that was absurd. It was absurd. It's hard to be too mad for too long because it's such a cartoonish thing to see. It was completely silly. By the way, Veritas, pardon my ignorance here. I didn't actually see what you were streaming tonight. Offer still on the table if you have any clips you want to share, by the way. That is still very much open for business in the general sense. Let me just do a quick shout out for our boy. See what he was up to tonight. Oh, that's right, Cross Blitz. Right, I was watching your stream earlier. I wasn't sure if maybe you'd switch to something else. But yeah, that was what he ended on tonight. By the way, this is a marathon stream. I don't usually do super long streams. This is an 8+ hour long stream. This is the thing I do every year around this time of the year, where I do 24 hours of a marathon for Extra Life. It's a oh, I didn't mean to. It is a fundraiser for something called Extra Life. Here in North America, we have this non-profit called Children's Miracle Network. It offers healthcare services to sick and injured children that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it, basically. So it's a great cause, and the hardworking people over at Children's Miracle Network are working year-round to try to offer healthcare services to sick and injured children that really need the help. It's a whole year-long operation. And there's this fundraiser for Children's Miracle Network called Extra Life. That's what I'm fundraising for. And a lot of the focus on Extra Life is on like this time of the year, around November, kind of December. This is where you'll have people do a lot of like marathon fundraisers, trying to raise money for Extra Life, or trying to raise money via Extra Life for Children's Miracle Network. It is a year-long fundraiser, but the big focus of it is around October, November, and December, basically. That's kind of the basic gist. Oh, she's morbid out. I gotta kill her quicker. I just realized that, yeah, there's like more pieces to this I forgot about. Whoop. There we go. So if she powers up too big, then she, I think, auto-murders you and gets even more scary. But anyway, yeah, so in previous year, this is actually my 13th year in a row doing this, where I do 24 hours of streaming as a way to try to fundraise for the Children's Miracle Network hospital of our choosing. In my case, I live in St. Louis, Missouri, here in North America. So I'm fundraising for a hospital called St. Louis Children's Hospital. Crazy name, I know, right? A hospital for children named St. Louis Children's Hospital. What a creative name. And in previous years, even in more previous years, I would actually do 24 hours in one sitting as like a big endurance stream. And that was always a lot of fun, but, you know, part of it is that I'm getting old. I'm turning 35 next year, you know, I'm not the young rapscallion I once was, so I can't, you know, I can't do the super long hours like I used to. So instead of doing one 24-hour block of streams, we instead do 3 separate 8-hour streams. So we did the first 8 hour, this is number 2. This is 8-hour stream number 2. The first one we did a couple of weeks ago. And this is, of course, stream number 2 of the 8+ hours. And then stream number 3 will be probably the end of the year, probably November 30th, or December 30th. I like to do these on Saturdays if possible. So that's the basic rundown of what we're doing, why we're doing longer streams, that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to, you know, play a bunch of games, have a bunch of fun, hang out with the homies, but also raise money for charity. So, you know, it's a nice combination of nice things, combinations of hobbies and trying to do good for the betterment of humanity, that kind of thing. Yeah, let me get caught up here, because I did fall behind in chat a little bit. Trying to scroll the chat window down. There we go. So I can see a little bit better. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Scrolling. Yeah, I missed a bunch of messages. So my apologies. I fell way behind. Now, Veritas was actually playing this game recently. I don't know if you had a chance to try out survival mode. This is my first time trying survival mode. You probably remember this fight from chapter 2, and it's not exactly a super pleasant fight, obviously. But yeah, this of course is the more truncated version as part of the survival mode. Yeah, she draws them, and yeah, Veritas helps with animating, because yeah, Veritas is extremely good at animating stuff. Although Alina also does animation stuff too. I've seen the animation work she also helps with. Yeah, a weird sales tactic. We were saying exactly that. We were thinking like, man, the idea of that actually working, the idea of actually getting a client by like just shitting on someone like that is so ridiculous. There's just no way. Yeah. Got the flashlight. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's very tense. MS Paint caricatures. Yes, I love the MS Paint stuff. Yeah, we do the same thing here, actually. We have a channel point redemption where people can give us a reference image, and we'll try to recreate it in MS Paint. We call them MS Paint challenges. And if you join the Discord server, a quick little plug for my Discord server. I know everyone and their mother has a Discord server. I'm not special here, but we do have a Discord server if that would interest you. And if you join it, we have an MS Paint Masterpieces channel where we have all the MS Paint masterpieces we've completed. We have over 300 that we've done over the past couple years. There's a bunch. There's a whole bunch. All right, here we go. So we're getting caught up. Yeah, I never saw this boss. It would have been in chapter... I think it was near the end of chapter 2, at least. What's up, Ogasso, by the way? The 24-hour one? Yeah, I mean... The thing about the 24-hour thing, the 24-hour streams, is that energy level-wise, it was a lot, but I was always able to handle it. The problem comes with another focus on it, which is the drain it does on your voice, on your vocal cords. And what happened last year is that I actually had a health issue. I developed polyps on my larynx, on my vocal cord, on my voice box, what they call it. I developed polyps, which are not anything scary, but they were unpleasant, and they would not heal on their own, and I had to have surgery to have them removed. It was not an invasive surgery. There was no incisions, but they did have to put me under anesthesia. They propped my mouth open, kind of like a car jack. They went in with a micro laser, snipped them off, and I had to be on vocal rest for a couple of days, about 3 or 4 days, I think. It wasn't horrible, but it also wasn't pleasant. And the way you develop polyps is either from, like, getting a really bad infection, or maybe getting a virus and you're coughing a lot, or by too much vocal strain. Professional, podcasters or radio people or even singers in some cases can develop it. And in my case, streaming for 24 hours and, you're talking, you're yammering, you're laughing, you're screaming sometimes. There's a lot of using of the voice and that happens. So that was the indication of, all right, I need to change up to make sure this never happens again. So that was the main motivator behind, let's distribute this out a little bit more so it's less of a strain all at once. Yeah. Haven't tried the survival mode yet. It's pretty much a boss rush, but thankfully there are checkpoints. Yeah. But yeah, let's celebrate. This game is great, LLM, as you know, but it's tough. It's tough and also pretty spooky in a lot of ways, obviously. Same schedule. Yeah, that's what I think of. The more I was saying, like, talking about the stuff that Lina and Veritas do, at one point it occurred to me, I was like, they can both do everything, but there's a specialization there, which is awesome. Makes them that much more of an excellent power duo, which is awesome. The voice can get ruined, exactly, yeah. Yeah, the special events are great, but the health cost, that's exactly it. Even when it comes to charity, all that jazz, it's like you gotta look out for number one, obviously. You can't help other people if you're not helping yourself. You're not taking care of yourself, at least. So, and it's weird because it's not like I was, thinking about the past couple years. I always felt like I wasn't doing crazy things. It's not like I was screaming at the top of my lungs for hours on end or anything. I'm not like one of those, screech tubers that is going ham constantly. But at the same time, just in a general sense, it is a strain that is being done over time, over a long period of time. So even if you're not going crazy, there's just the chance that kind of thing can develop. And I think in my case, I just got unlucky. So I think it's just how it goes. $24 there. Yeah, 24 hours does a lot to it, man. Yeah, sitting down for a long time. Yeah, that's why you want to get up and take breaks on a fairly regular basis, of course. Make sure you're eating snacks. Make sure you're eating on a regular basis. Of course, drink lots of water. You can do everything right. You can do everything right and still have something like that go down. So yeah, it was definitely a time. But like I said, it's a lot better now. The nice thing too about having a distributed kind of 24 hours over the course of like a few weeks strat that we're doing now, like this kind of several smaller mini marathons approach. The nice thing about that approach is that it gives more people a chance to hang out with us, because sometimes we might pick the Extra Life game day, the 24-hour marathon stream, and then it's on a day that's awkward for some people. It's like, oh shit, I can't really join in on the stream because I got other obligations, or I want to, or like lots of other people will participate in Extra Life, and lots of other folks will do their big marathon streams on that same day. So, I want to support my other streamer friends. I want to see what they're doing. I can't, stick around for your entire stream, Alex. I got other streamer friends I want to hang out with. So in those cases, yeah, it stands to reason that, yeah, maybe it's nice to mix it up. Nice to mix it up and have... I'm trying to remember what her movements are. She just kind of moves slowly. So yeah, the idea of doing the Extra Life, the 24-hour kind of spread out thing. Oh is she doing when she completes the pentagram? I actually can't remember. I don't remember this boss battle too much, so I'm trying to play it real safe. Oh, I'm just dead. Okay.
Mortis.
Yeah, I don't remember this boss battle too well, unfortunately, and we have to do the whole thing over again, which is a huge bummer. So anyway, yeah, so it's like, if I can't make stream number 1 or number 2, I can pop in for number 3 and hang out with Alex for a little bit. Like, you know, there's more opportunities there, basically. What's the little dude in the bottom left? That's something that Veritas made. Or no, I'm sorry, Alina made. When I asked if Veritas, when he rated us, if he had something he wanted to plug, like a clip or something, he was like, well, Alina made this really cool little art friend. Can we show that off? And I was like, hell yeah, we can. Yeah, more awareness. Yeah, just nicer visibility. The 24-hour streams are a lot of fun. The downside, of course, is that you eventually hit like that weird part of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., where, you know, your own energy levels tank. And understandably, the people that are hanging out with you, they probably are on a more normal schedule than you are. They probably have to head to bed. So a lot of the regulars can't really hang out for too much longer. You might get a little bit of more viewership from people that don't normally pop in, but generally speaking, viewership in general starts to dip down pretty significantly around the 3 a.m., 4 a.m. time frame anyway. So it's like, you know, I'm putting myself through the ringer. I'm not getting a lot of new people anyway. Not a lot of donations coming in around that time. If I'm doing that for just the novelty, you know, the 24-hour marathon stream, the novelty of just doing this for 24 hours, that is kind of cool, but it can only keep it's hard to keep the enthusiasm levels going for that long when it's, you know, such a physical strain. So yeah, I regret nothing. I regret nothing with switching it up to the smaller bite-sized chunks. Where was this guy? This is the end of episode 2, but it was in a different, yeah, it was inside of a church. It was a different, what's it called? Different arena, because this is survival mode, which is basically like a truncated version of all the boss battles in the game, basically in the form of a boss rush. Well, boss battles and just general encounters. Every demon you encounter, basically. Yeah, the dialogue, yeah, the robotic, kind of 8-bit, vocoded vibes. Oh, Jesus. I legit couldn't find her. I was like, where is she, dude? Yeah, this is tough. It's tricky, too, because like I said, I just legit can't remember how to fight this lady for that final phase. Because, yeah, there was that part where she, I guess because maybe we took too long, she just kind of stood still and just teleported to us, and then we just died. We couldn't have outrun her, and we could have tried warding her off, but it seemed like she was able to just kind of power through it. I think that was like a sign that I just had to damage her more. So it's like you have to kill her fast enough, because if you don't, she just auto-kills you. I don't know if we necessarily need to beat this tonight. I was kind of hoping to knock this out, but at the same time, there's other stuff I want to stream, and I know this game is not everyone's favorite, not everyone's cup of tea necessarily, especially because some of these boss battles are pretty tough. So, you know, we'll keep trying it for a little bit longer, but there's other stuff I want to get to as well. Oh, by the way, one other fun thing I want to mention about Alina and Veritas. Alina, on her stream, she was doing Lethal Company with our friend Jet, as well as Veritas, and one of their mods, Yuki. And that was an extremely fun stream. I was looking for a good chunk of it. I had it on as background while I was doing some work stuff. So I couldn't, like, watch a whole lot of it as it was happening, but I was listening in on a whole bunch of it. And, of course, there were moments where I easily had to come out of lurk or had to, like, tab back in just to see what was going down, because that was a wild time. Lethal Company looks like such a freaking cool game. That's one that is absolutely on my radar. I saw Ilucat popped in at one point as well, and it seemed like she also expressed interest in playing it at some point, so maybe at some point we could... I know there's mods to play with bigger lobbies, so if we wanted to get like a big old group of it together, that's something I'd be more than happy to try to put together. We raided... Oh gosh, what was her name? Really cool lady we raided yesterday. Humstorm, I think? She also mentioned that she's been wanting to get into Lethal League, and she said there's like mods that increase the lobby size to like 36 or something absurd. And she seemed like she was really down to play that as well, so we got some folks that we could potentially pick up for like getting a full ass lobby of that game. I know it's tricky though, because you get too many people. Especially for a stream collab, you know, you get too many people, it can get unwieldy with voice chat, so I don't know how ham it would, like, how ham or how ridiculous it would reasonably be, necessarily, but just in a general sense, there's a lot of buzz about the game, and a lot of people that are down to try it out, which is cool, so it's definitely something I'm keeping my eyes open for. I'll probably snag the game at some point. Maybe like in the holiday sale or something. The inevitable holiday sale. Yee. I think I was just unlucky then. It seems like she was maybe following a pattern, like a predestined path, and I just happened to be standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, she's doing that one? Alright. She chills there. Is that enough? Okay, there it is. Yeah, you just have to ward her off. Alright. That answers that question. I was like, how do you stop that attack pattern if she just kind of zeroes in on your location? Oh! Kind of hard to predict where she's going next. Is that it? Nope, not yet. Making a lot of loud and unhappy noises. Unhappy demon ghost noises. Hey, there we go. Finally, holy shit. Started singing. Yeah, there were so many ridiculous moments. Jet's an adorable lad. He really is. He really is. The boss rush mode. Yeah. Honestly, August, I wouldn't disagree. Who do we choose, by the way? I wouldn't disagree. It is definitely not the same vibe. What was that from? I don't remember that at all. Can I go into that door? No, I guess I can't. You definitely miss out on a lot of vibes of the game by doing the boss rush mode instead of playing through the game normally. This is the kind of thing where I think for me personally, this is the kind of thing I'll do once and then I'm set. Like, then I'm good after playing through this once. Whereas I could see myself playing through the actual full game maybe another time, sometime next year, maybe, just for funsies. Because, yeah, the survival mode, you don't have any of the lore. You don't have any of the kind of the gradual uptick of encounters and the pacing and the storytelling. Not even, like, literal storytelling, but the environments. Oh, right, the babies. Who could forget the babies? I guess I just kind of position myself here and try to get everybody. Yes, who could forget the babies? This is the beginning of chapter 3, then. I'm still glad they added it. The idea of a survival mode as like a high score mode is a pretty cool one. But yeah, it is also... oh, that's so weird. It is very much inferior to getting to play the actual full game itself, which is really its own thing that really everybody should experience in sub capacity. But the one thing I do appreciate about survival mode is that it's a great way to get yourself good at marathon mode, because there's a lot of really hard to do, I think, really hard to do boss battles. Hard to like do them all the way through without dying at least once. In marathon mode, you know, you get got when God, please. God, this fight's ridiculous. There's a lot of boss battles that are really hard to do without dying at least a few times. So the idea of a marathon mode where you play through the whole game without dying once, oh buddy, he's just something done. It's really hard. So many babies! And it becomes so loud and ridiculous. Ultimately, we need to be damaging the orange lady who's popping out these babies. Oh, I thought I was able to reach you. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of big boys. A lot of big boys. Ah! Couldn't quite do it. Yeah, we don't have Father Garcia. We never saw him once, unfortunately, in the previous areas, in the Chapter 2 areas. I was waiting for him to show up because with Father Garcia, especially the boss battle in Chapter 2, his presence adds a whole dimension to that boss battle, which we didn't get at all in survival mode, unfortunately. So yeah, you're robbing yourself if all you're doing is doing the survival mode, or even marathon mode, because intrinsically you're gonna find yourself ignoring a lot of the lore and like interesting storytelling bits. The nice thing about the tiny little baby demons is that until they split off, like this guy's doing, probably should be going for them sooner. They're probably easier to kill when they're kind of in formation mode like that. But yeah, the tiny little demon lads won't actually hurt you until they grow into the big boy modes, the big fleshwalker versions. Those guys are much more scary insofar as the damage that they do. Come on. There's also a third mode that they've yet to add. I think there's going to be at least one more big update that the devs are going to add in. Something called Conjuration mode. I have no idea what that's going to entail, but there's like a place where it is on the map, or on the inventory, that is, or what am I trying to say, on the menu, that has yet to get added in, so I have no idea what that's going to entail when the time comes. Right, no, none of those, please. I want to give you guys a chance. There we go. Is this enough? I think the answer is yes. I think we're Gucci. Oh my god, so many babies. So many demon babies. How is Demon Babby formed? Alright, we got him. Is it the elevator guy? Oh, is it? Do we actually have to do the elevator boss? I thought that was an optional thing. I'm sure I remember this cutscene, actually. Oh, yep. It's the elevator game. Yep, I remember this guy. What's his name? Tim or something? Is that it? Surely it's not it. Yeah, elevator. His name is Elevator Friend. I think we actually have to fight this guy this time.
I know your secret.
I know your secret. Yeah, last time we saw this guy, we just had to stay perfectly still, and he would ignore us. This time we actually have to fight him, like, properly. Yeah, you remember Elevator Friend.
You can find everyone.
I don't know if you actually got to encounter him. There's a very elaborate way you actually find the Elevator Friend and defeat him in the events of Chapter 3.
Lisa.
I remember Lisa, of course. Not sure if there's an easy way to know which one is which. There it is. I'll go ahead and purge the demon from her. Like her walk cycle. This is actually kind of nice. She can just get her stuck on this center piece here. Maybe it's the first one he lands on? Yeah, so Lisa's fine now. Yeah, it's the first one I think he lands on. I think that's how you find him. It's actually a lot harder in the main game. Because, yeah, it's a large arena, which is one thing, but there's no centerpiece like this thing that you can get them stuck on. So... Who's this one again? No, it's not. There we go. So yeah, the main game's version of this boss battle is a lot tougher. Oh shit, she was right there, unfortunately.
Mortis.
The one thing I really appreciate that I didn't pick up on at first, and this is admittedly mild spoilers for Chapter 2. You know, maybe just the less I say, the better. I gotta mash the directional button to avoid killing Lisa. We're good. We shoveled him off of us. If you can't find the demon in time, he'll take control of you and try to force you to kill Lisa, basically. And I legit can't remember how you're able to tell. I thought it was the first one he goes to. Fight it, fight it, fight it. Smash, 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 smash. Just mash that button. But basically what I was getting at is there's a really interesting storytelling device that happens between chapters 2 and 3. Wow. That are not super obvious, or at least weren't obvious to me until much, much later. But it's good. It's a little dance she's doing. Beep, bump, beep, bump, beep, bump, beep. I thought it was look for the first one he lands on, but it was not working earlier. Oh yeah, it was the bottom one. Don't kill her, don't kill her, don't kill her. So I think that means we're dead. Or that means we're getting the bad ending, I guess. Because that's a great way to get the bad ending in the main story. Yeah, so we're getting the bad ending then. I mean, I guess we could. Well, there is no restart option. We have to restart the whole dang thing, unfortunately. It works that's right, it works, yeah. Yeah, the possession boss. There's a surefire way to know which the statues it is, and I thought I had it figured out. I thought it was just find the first one he reaches, but that was not it. It just happens to work the first 2 or 3 times, but then it never worked after that. So there's something else that identifies which one he's going to next. And this is Brittany, I think, if I remember the other NPCs. So yeah, so now we're locked into is whatever the bad ending is for chapter 3. If you can successfully save Lisa and do a few other things, and also not do a few things in chapter 3 without spoiling too much, there's a good ending. And getting the good ending, like the proper full ending, means you also have to do a final boss, and that last boss is it's a butt stabber. It's a real ball twister. Very, very difficult. I think I actually heard that they added some features into the game after the fact to make that boss battle a little bit less difficult, because it's real awful. Is it the singer? I don't think it is. I don't think the singer Brittany, the pop singer, has a giant spider demon growing out of her face. At least I sure as hell hope so. Hope not, rather. The simplicity is very well done, yes. I think you're exactly right, Veritas. This game excels very well because of its simplicity. And it's able to do a lot with very little. And it thematically works really well because, again, it kind of leans heavily into the satanic panic themes that a lot of us remember from the 80s, kind of late 70s, early 80s, which, we're being generous if we're saying that was the fidelity of video games at the time. I guess something like this would have been more, I think, late 80s, like Arctic said, like the Apple II maybe. But still, just the idea of like the moral panic of that time period, along with games from like early adventure game kind of vibes and aesthetics. And of course, there's the fear of the unknown. There's the fear of what we're seeing, but also what we're not seeing. There's kind of that implication of our brain is able to fill in the blanks in some cases. So, yeah, it's a very unique kind of fear that I really appreciate. A lot of video games, a lot of horror games are able to show so much and are able to do so much, and it's great and it's cool, but it's sensory overload sometimes. Taking the less is more approach, I think, is hard to do. This game manages to straddle that line very well. And I'm all about getting straddled at any given moment. Straddle me real good. The pacing is very good. Yeah, the storytelling, the way it's like a drip feed with the way that the lore works and the way the story is told. The revelations with Gary, the revelations with Amy, for that matter. It's all pieced together very well.
With one bullet.
we still have to... Oh, never mind. He's just gonna eat me. Never mind. I wonder if I can shoot multiple dudes at the same time. I remember these demon lads. If I just don't take the gun, maybe I can take him to the next room. I have to make sure I'm not at a cardinal direction when they do the grabby grabs. The grabby hands. I got the fingies.
Mortis.
You gotta curve the bullet. There you go. Curve the bullets. Hey, welcome back, Jet. Good to see you, buddy. No grabby hands. No, none for me. That, look how long them handsies are. God dang. No. I'm trying to get to a safe distance, but there is no such thing as a safe distance with these guys. Oh, hell! He didn't even need the handsies. He just invited me into his mouth. Like it was flattering, but, you know, it's a bit too much. Oh, I know what the issue is. Because they're taller, the hitbox grows. So it's hard to go above them. Let's go below. Start from up here. And lure them upwards. And then immediately get eaten. There you go. Perfect. Well done, Alex. All according to plan. Mortis. Alright, I'll bite.
With one bullet.
And I get multiple fellas. Still only just kind of went through one of them, unfortunately. Mortis, more like snore piss.
Mortis.
It looks like the bullet does keep going.
One bullet.
It seems like it only kills one. Because the bullet seems like it keeps going, but I think it only collides with one of them and then it's done, so. Maybe turn away from them? Yeah, let's try that. So earlier it seemed like we were doing better. We were trying to be more on the defensive. So trying to emphasize movements might be more in my, you know, beneficial when it comes to not getting eaten. By the way, oh gosh, hold on. I will turn my eyeballs back that direction if it means not getting gobbled up by the fellows with the big fingies. Hey, Gucci? Alright, we got there. Astrid, we got Astrid. What's up, buddy? A fellow horror game enthusiast, a fellow Trepang 2 and Fear enthusiast, and also Secret World Legends. I know you probably know Jimmy the Rabbit, and a few of the other Secret World folks. We played through that game a whole bunch in like 2014, 2015, and then played it again on stream a couple years ago, and Jimmy was helping us out. And I still have like a light finger on the pulse of the Secret World Legends community. And of course, again, I love Trepang 2, love Fear, all excellent games. And Astrid is an expert on all the games mentioned. She is delightful. And yeah, wonderful person. Thank you, Astrid, for that raid. I see you're doing some Blood West. I'm so excited for Blood West. That game, it looks very good. I actually have a review key for that game up to stream it sometime next week. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I would love it if you had any clips you wanted to share, by the way. Whenever someone raids, I always like to ask if someone has like a clip they wanted to share or something they want to show off or something they want to plug. I would love it if you had something. No pressure, obviously. I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you have something you want to share, we could all watch it together, and we could, yeah, whether it's a triumph or a tragedy, we'll laugh with you, we'll cry with you, you know, and other emotions will be felt. Every single emotion, that is. But yeah, we're doing a kind of an 8+ hour marathon stream tonight. We're raising money for it's Extra Life. Extra Life is the name of the fundraiser. It's all for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. In my case, I live in St. Louis, so we're raising money for St. Louis Children's Hospital. And yeah, like I said, Astrid is awesome, and we're all big fans. Yeah, she knows Jimmy. There you go. It's because you're great. Well, I'll say this much, Astrid. I'll say this much. It takes one to know one. So if you think I'm cool, it's because you're pretty cool too. Yeah, December 5th. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got the review key. There you go. Astrid knows what's up. She says, how about this? How about this indeed? Let me mute my game real quick. Let's all watch this. So if you're not following Astrid the Horror Girl, if you're not so sure if you're down for her brand of content, you're going to get a little sample platter. Here you go. Free of charge.
Astrid lines up the shot. The whole game is riding on this.
No pressure.
The people are standing up in the crowd. 1 second left on the timer. Oh!
Did it go? Did it go? It looked like it fell short. Hold on.
Oh! 1 second left on the timer.
So she's yeeting this person. Oh, it does go out. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, wait, no. Well, something falls out. Maybe it's something else. I couldn't quite tell. Yes, it looks like something falls out. Maybe the person goes out and their chair gets left behind. It's like a person in a chair, right?
The whole game.
This is Control, I think. Yeah, playing Control.
The people are standing up in the crowd.
Yeah, it's like a person sitting in a
1 second
chair.
left on the
Or maybe it's a dead body.
Oh!
I like how the play screen, the play button never went away. That's pretty cool. Thanks for that, Twitch player. Yeah, Control. I've actually yet to play that game, but I've seen some people stream it. It's one of those games where whenever I see somebody playing it, I can't watch for too long because I don't want it spoiled for myself, but it looks incredible. Looks like a very fun game. And this was very recent. This is a week ago, so very recent. Like I said, Astrid has played a lot of excellent games. I mean, Trepang 2, God, I love that game. I haven't played a ton of brand new games this year, but that game might be my favorite brand new game that I've played this year. Loved that game. Love that one, absolutely. So, and like I said, I'm pretty sure Astrid is a speedrunner for games like Trepang 2. I know she's played a whole bunch of that kind of stuff, and it's just wonderful. Yeah, it's a good game for sure. It's a Sam Lake game. Sam Lake. That's the guy from Max Payne, right? Or at least the guy whose face was used, at least. Yeah, it's from the DLC. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then Alan Wake 2, that's the thing. I can't really say it's like Game of the Year quality because Alan Wake 2, motherfucking Baldur's Gate 3, obviously, has been huge. Armored Core 6. There's been so many great games this year. It's kind of staggering to the point where Starfield nor Tears of the Kingdom are shoo-ins. There's all these other really amazing games that have come out this year. So, you know, what a great problem to have. All the amazing games we want to play and just not enough time to play all of them. Is Trepang that good? I loved it. Now, granted, I've not played Baldur's Gate 3 or Alan Wake 2. It's really the only like brand new game kind of that tier that I've played, but I adored that game. I loved it. Part of this, I really love Fear. I played the original Fear and loved the heck out of it. But yeah, I was very, very impressed with Trepang 2. I know they did add a new, not survival mode. Oh god. What do they call it? Some kind of like challenge mode. There's already the combat simulator stuff, but there's some kind of additional challenge mode they added in. I don't know if I can... I don't know if his health is resetting when I'm leaving. Keep maybe exploring a bit. From this direction. He has quite a bit of health. But yeah, if there was more stuff that they wanted to add in, I think I did see that there is a season pass for the game. You know, a season pass DLC kind of thing for the game. And I think that they even said that, yeah, that includes the DLC that's out now, as well as another DLC they'll be adding at some point eventually. And I think that actually is going to add more to the story. So there's more Trepang 2 content in our future to look forward to. But the new DLC is interesting. I think there's also a couple of new things they just added in for even non-DLC owners. So some new skins, some new combat simulator, maps to play around in. But yeah, the fact that there's going to be more story stuff added in, which is exciting. I hope at some point maybe they could potentially consider opening up the Steam Workshop so user-generated content could be done. I want more. I just want more Trepang 2 content in my brain, please. Please and thank you. Yeah, it's extremely good, especially if you liked Fear, some of those other kinds of, some of the other shooters kind of from that era. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, the face model for Max Payne, yeah. Yeah, I love Max Payne 1. I've never played Max Payne 2 or anything else. Charlie Brown being terrorized by the Great Pumpkin. It does kind of have some Great Pumpkin vibes, doesn't it? I have to farther away. Here we go. Yeah, I kind of have to use this to kind of gauge where the guy is. I think I'm damaging him. It's kind of there. Okay, I guess it wasn't glowing red earlier. Interesting how, like, maybe he has to, like, be more in view. There we go. The actual damage to be procking. There we go. Oh, Jesus. That was unexpected. Even though I should have known. Yeah. Yeah, that big demon lad. Yeah, more story stuff. Yeah, I'm so excited. And of course, it's purely a single-player game. That game would be hard to multiplayerify with the slow-mo mechanics, but yeah, I cannot speak highly enough of it. Astrid says, yeah, we call that sharing the same brain cell, Astrid. Mom says it's my turn for to use the one brain cell. Love that game. Right, dial-up modem has been killed. You guys are faster than I want you to be. There we go. So now I think we just go back the way we came. Oh, no, I guess we go through the glass then. Is it kind of like Stalker? There's 1 or 2 levels that have enormous Stalker vibes. There's one level in particular where it's Stalker influences very prominently on its sleeves. Yeah, Fear, Crisis, and Painkiller, yes, all accurate. But yeah, there's that one Stalker-like level. The second one, maybe. There's the one, yeah, I shouldn't spoil it. It's, yeah, I love it. I freaking love it. But I mean, that being said, I am always down to proselytize the good news of the Stalker series, because that's also a very good one. You like Max Payne 2 the most? Yeah, I really should play that game. I've heard 3 is also super good. Pioneers was called, Vlad. Gotcha. That does not ring a bell to me. Well, it sounds like that's something I should also take a look at some point. Oh, this area, right. I think I have to follow a path. Find like a particular way out of here. Oh boy, it's getting real crowded. I got a whole gaggle of homies hanging out with us. I feel very flattered. They think I'm very pretty. How do I tell them I'm married? They're gonna be very disappointed. I just have to like find a way out. Maybe the way out is to kill. Maybe violence is the way. Maybe violence was the way. All right. Goes to show I don't know shit. I don't know shit about dick. Yeah, if you're into Stalker, a lot of you probably already know about this, but there's this mod has been popular for a while, but it's especially been making the rounds because of a few big updates. There's a mod for the Stalker series called Stalker Anomaly that includes content from Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, as well as Clear Sky and Call of Pripyat. So all 3 of the Stalker 1 games, kind of the first generation of Stalker games, that is, as well as some extra kind of features and game modes thrown in for good measure. I think Stalker Gamma is kind of a sub-fork, if you will, of Stalker Anomaly that's also been making the rounds lately. That turns the game into something of a roguelike, where you spawn in a random location and the zone is expanding constantly. There's all these crazy cool mods for the Stalker series that change the game up significantly. So yeah, needless to say, it's a real good time to be into Stalker, especially if you are curious about Stalker 2, because that is also very much in our future and all very exciting stuff. By the way, we just had a donation. Let me check the donation page. I couldn't quite see the name. I have my little OBS preview screen kind of small, so I couldn't quite see the name on that. And also, let's see if there was a message tied to it. But thank you. Thank you to the donor who hit us with the donation for our fundraising efforts. Yeah, Max Payne 3 was very good, yeah. Get yourself a Vive, Vlad? That is exciting. Oh, no, you're selling it. Gotcha, okay. Fashion patches, an artifact lamp, you say? That sounds kind of sick. I'm guessing that's for the Vive specifically, right? Like some kind of thing for the model of the headset. I potentially am going to be getting a friend's old Oculus version 1.0. I think it was there's like a shorthand word for it, but basically the first retail model. Not a dev kit, but the first retail model that hit stores in like 2017. He just bought a Quest 3 and he's just looking to kind of offload some of his stuff, and he was just looking to give away his old just 1.0 release Oculus. So I might be getting that from him, which I know it's obviously kind of older and it's not the sleekest and probably best performing Oculus device out there, but the idea of having some VR functionality available would be kind of neat. So if nothing else, it'd be an opportunity to maybe try out VR chat and, I don't know, maybe off stream, maybe fuck around with Beat Saber, or maybe even Half-Life Alex if it can run it. But yeah, potentially some VR things in my future for the first time, which I'm excited about. Yeah, Anomaly Gamma, there you go. Yeah. Have a good night though, Astrid. Again, thank you for that raid. I can't speak highly enough about Astrid. We have very similar taste in games, which is great. It's always fun talking shop with someone who gets it. Someone who's right there with you. Astrid's fantastic. Thank you again to Veritas, not just for the raid, but for that donation, by the way. I did see on the note here, we had a donation from Mr. Veritas. Mr. Toss, if you will. Thank you, my man. Very, very generous. Excellent artist, excellent streamer, excellent dude. I almost said excellent human being, but like I said, he's a sentient AI that chooses not to murder humanity. It's pretty generous, if you ask me. Stalker complete. Yes, there's the stuff that adds the cut content. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff out there for sure. Yeah, the Oculus Rift. I think there's like a 3-letter acronym, because it's not a Quest and it's not a dev kit model. It's just the Oculus Rift, the 1.0 basically. It's pretty good. That's exciting. That is exciting because yeah, I wasn't sure it'd be able to run everything. Not sure if it'd be able to play. Oh, all right. Let me grab my crucifix back. Bloop. I'm not sure to be able to do Half-Life Alex because it's not exactly the newest and fanciest of VR models necessarily. Also throwing the trident, very Ganon-esque of him. Oh, can't move. That's okay. We spawn pretty close to our crucifix. This is the one part of the game where if you get got by something, you do not auto-die. Rain of Spiders. This is the final boss. It's the first phase of the final boss. Without spoiling too much, there is plenty more with this sequence. But I think it counts probably as a separate demon. But yeah, I would love to play Half-Life Alex, even if it is something to kind of power through that. Even if, like I said, it's not the most highest fidelity of VR headsets out there. Hopefully it's enough to be able to fuck around with Half-Life Alex. I figure VR chat's like pretty chill. You don't need a whole lot to be able to run that. Maybe Sword and Sorcery, like maybe some of the other ones, but I know some of those other games demand a lot more and might require more specialized hardware. I know the Index is probably the most powerful out there, but it's super expensive. Australia, yeah, that's something they added in as like an Easter egg. There's like a 1 in 8 chance that when he casts Rain of Spiders, it just says Australia in all caps. I'm not sure what causes. Oh, I think it's my distance to him. He's using the Antichrist version of the crucifix. So I have to like get away from him. The trident. This first phase isn't really too bad. This first phase was actually a lot harder in the original 1.0 release version of this game. Oh, this guy. But they've since that sequence where if you get hit and you spawn away from your crucifix and you have to crawl towards it. That was originally you would sometimes get screwed where you would spawn right next to him and he would basically get an auto kill on you. That was the thing that would sometimes happen. And also there was a little bit more of a delay now, which is nice. So it's more forgiving this time around. And also Rain of Spiders was harder to dodge. This time you can kind of juke it a little bit if you know what you're doing. In my case, I didn't know what I was doing, obviously. Veritas is such a Chad, can confirm. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Arctic. It's the CV1. That's it. Yeah. Okay, here's, I guess, the next phase of the final boss. Oh, can't stand there. That just kind of, yeah, that just body blocks you.
Mortis.
Haven't played Alex on your index yet? I didn't realize you had an index. That's cool, Arctic. But yeah, that's one that is definitely worth playing. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I love the Half-Life series. I've played every game in the series except for Alex. Well, I guess also except for Decay. I've yet to play Half-Life Decay. I know it's kind of an ancillary game in the series. You don't get a whole lot of new stuff, at least. A lot of lore and storytelling, but still, I'd like to play it at some point. Yeah, I'm excited for it. What's up, Derek? Thief Gold expansion, yes. A couple homies in another Discord server I'm in were talking about it just earlier today. I know it's unofficial. It's like not an officially sanctioned thing necessarily, but my understanding is that it was a big undertaking made by a lot of people, and a lot of folks in the community around those kinds of games are very excited for it, as they should be. I'm not sure I know, like, what his movement patterns are, necessarily. Veritas says, not wanting to make an awkward moment, but I'm a bit confused. About me saying nice things about you? And saying that you are a sentient AI that chose not to kill humanity? I mean, you know... I don't wanna, you know... overpromise. I don't want to overpromise and say you'll never kill humanity. Sometimes we deserve it, honestly. You know, humanity does some fucked up things sometimes. So if at some point you were like, you know what, enough of this, I wouldn't really hold it against you too much. Yeah, it's good to play on a VR headset. Yeah, the trailer looks really cool. I have not seen the trailer. I've just kind of seen like little blurbs about it. It seems like he's just kind of going back and forth, honestly. Still holds up, but it's been surpassed by others. That's good to know, actually, because that's the thing. There's, of course, the HTC Vive. There's a bunch of Samsung headsets. There's, what else? There's a bunch of other companies that have made their own. I can't pretend to know even some of the big players now, at least. But yeah, for a while, though, I know the Index was considered, like, the best of the best, but it's so expensive. So that's it's a bit of a commitment, obviously. You have to make sure you're going in on the big stuff if you want to throw down the big dollars for something like that. Yeah, this is a bit of a tough spot here. Yeesh. I think it's still a one-shot kill, so I have to be very careful. I think you just have to kill them both. Just eventually. They'll have their own individual health bars, I think. Just gotta avoid those projectiles and kind of cart this guy around if possible. Boom! Yeah, a little bit close. Danger close. Danger. Just gonna switch to the other side. I'm gonna preemptively schmoove around. Makes me wish I could move a little bit closer or a little bit faster myself. I got his ass down. And I was wrong. I thought they had their own separate health bars. Well, the controls are probably the best. Yeah, for the fingies, the individual fingy controls. That makes perfect sense. Well, the level designers for Dishonored, that's awesome. HTC Vive, yeah. I mean, probably when the Index first dropped, it was the clear winner, even though it was the most expensive. Nowadays, everyone else has buffed themselves up. The Quest 3 also looks pretty sick. Of course, the Facebook/Meta association is unfortunate, but, I mean, the idea of it all being self-contained is quite compelling. What's up, Jim? Had a hard time giving it up for the new ones, yeah. Understandable. Maybe get it on sale at some point. The sensors are expensive. Yeah, I think it would, I mean, if I do get this friend's kind of secondhand CV1, I would get it for not very much money, so, you know, I'd be getting it used, of course. So the idea of getting a, you know, just a fairly cheap and relatively easy kind of introduction to the world of VR without having to pony up a bunch of money or like be worried about like am I going to put in the time to make this worthwhile for myself. That was the thing I was concerned about. Like if I, you know, commit too hard to VR and I just kind of think it's okay and I don't end up loving it, then I'd hate to do all this research, spend all this time getting it set up, only to find that I'm kind of, you know, lukewarm on it. Whereas here, it's very much a low commitment, low risk kind of level of involvement here. Just getting a used VR headset, just seeing how it goes. One of my buddies who, from St. Louis, one of my streamer buddies, he was telling me how when he got a CV1 when it first launched, he pre-ordered it, got it day one, got it set up, and said it was he like played around with it, him and his wife, I guess fiance at the time, played around with it and thought it was super freaking cool, and played a couple of games, just spent a couple hours with it and really enjoyed it. He said it was one of the coolest things he'd ever gotten to experience, like with video games. Like he loved it, and then put it back in its box, put it away, and said, yeah, I'll play with this some other time, this is really cool, and has not touched it since. Not because he doesn't want to do it, or because he doesn't want to play with it, but because it is, you know, there's a spin-up time, right? There's calibration that has to be done. You have to make sure you've got space cleared for it. Sometimes you don't want to, you know, do a highly specialized VR thing. Sometimes you just want to play games with the boys, you know, play multiplayer games with... Ooh! Okay, I took a hit. You know, you just want to like play some multiplayer games with whoever's online, and you want to stick with what you know, right? You want to stick with what's familiar. And whereas VR, it's all new and wild and experimental, and it's great, but it's not what's familiar necessarily. So, you know, and like the reality for a lot of us is we get home from work, we want to unwind, we don't want to necessarily put in a ton of energy into something like that. We just want to plug and play and just get right to it and not mess with, again, calibrating things and remembering where does this plug in. It's been a while since I've set up the VR headset. I have to like, you know, read the instructions again on how exactly it works. So you can very easily see how somebody would kind of end up in that loop. That's unfortunate. So yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also not going to be heartbroken if like by the end of it I'm just like kind of lukewarm on it. I don't know how many hits we get before we die. We got the one hit earlier, or I guess 2 hits. I'm gonna assume it's 3. Probably 3 hits and then we're done, so. Quite a bit of damage to this guy, though. It's only our first try. This is not the final boss battle, but it is pretty... Actually, is it? Maybe it is. And it's a pretty spicy one. Ah, damn it. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see where our hitbox is. Like, especially with this mode right here, where it's very much a bullet hell. That flame attack choked me out pretty well earlier, unfortunately. That one got me pretty good. Just gotta look for them holes. Look for them holes and then stick myself right in. Nope, there's no other way I could have phrased that. Got his ass. There we go. We got there, baby. Quest 2 is a good intro headset. Yeah, the 3 is expensive, at the start at least. Down for some suggestions, Alina? Perfect. Yeah, I might just have to tap you both for some ideas. So I'm ready to go at any moment's notice. Hell yeah. Alright, so there it is. That survival mode and all of its splendor was pretty tough, but we got there. USB ports, HDMI, exactly. And of course it's tethered, you know, it's not wireless. I guess the Quest ones are the main ones that are wireless right now. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah, leave it on the camera. That's exactly I think the kind of situation that he found himself in. New record. Look at that, I'm a choir boy. Hell yeah. So that is survival mode in all of its splendor. It's tough, but I'm glad we finished it, because now I feel accomplished. I know I said we were gonna check out Faith 64 tonight. I think I might save that for next time, the next Extra Life's big stream. I don't want to overdose on Faith only games. Let's bounce over to Half Sword. I was talking up Half Sword a lot earlier, and I have a couple of streamer friends who've been playing that game a lot, and it looks so freaking wild and so freaking cool. I very much want to play that for a bit. So we're gonna switch to that. Give me just a few moments and we'll switch over. Yeah, if you know. If you've seen this game at all, maybe if you've played it yourself, it just looks so silly. And again, this is just the demo. The main game, I don't even know if it has a release window just yet, but the fact that the demo looks as fun as it is and has as much content potential, and I don't even mean streaming, I just mean playing. There's a lot of stuff you get to really experience here with just the demo. The fact that a lot of it is procedurally generated, a lot of replay value here. It looks so cool. So we're going to switch to this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to capture the game, and then I'm also going to change up the title and the categories, all that jazz. Yeah, for about 30 minutes, yeah. I think you can beat it. I think it's a beatable game. I'm not 100% sure. But there is a progression to it that does build as you defeat bad guys, that kind of thing. I am big excited. Big. Yeah, GG Choir Boy, thank you, LALM. I feel great. Actually, can you correct me if I'm wrong? Is it Alalem or is it Alalem? Because I don't know if I've heard your name said out loud. Of course, I see you hanging out in Veritas's and Alina's chat. So a friend of ours for sure, a friend of humanity. Went a bit further. Yeah, it does get competitive, but I think, I could be wrong, but I think there's like a beatable thing, maybe. I might be wrong here. Yeah, we probably won't play it for like hours on end. Any pronunciation, gotcha. I wasn't sure if it was short for like Ali, like if that's your, if that was how you go by normally. Graphics, epic. I'm actually gonna set the frame rate down to 60 just because I'm streaming to 60 FPS. No reason to make my graphics card work harder than it needs to necessarily. Blood. I'm not gonna and we could go full tilt. We'll just stick with like medium blood. Probably just mostly default settings for most of these things. I think I'll stick with the default keybinds probably. Let's take a quick look. Run, crouch. All right, that's all fine and dandy. E and Q, that's simple enough. Different modes for thrusting and sheathing, very good. I'll try to keep an eye on that. And yo, thank you, Derek, for that cheer. Thank you, my man. Very generous of you, my friend. Appreciate people hanging out with us again. Veritas with that raid, and Kratofi and Astrid, some real cool homies hanging out with us tonight. I'm a lucky fella. I'm a lucky fella. We got some cool homies chilling with us. It's very cool, and I'm a lucky dude. Also, I accidentally clicked a. Oh, here, let me check this real quick. I accidentally clicked. What did I click? I think I clicked the crowd control app by accident, and now it's updating. So it's like, all right, I don't want to interrupt it. I'm not going to tell it to stop updating because I don't want to bork it. But I also want to be like, no, crowd control. I don't need this. It's fine. I have it on my hotbar, so it was like ready to roll at a moment's notice. That being said, there is also crowd control stuff, which is fun to play with. We haven't actually done a crowd control stream in a hot minute. And they added support for Halo 1 and a few other games, I think. There's a few others that kind of came across my radar. Audio, that's all probably fine and dandy. I might lower it a little bit more just to play it safe. It's all probably fine and dandy. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to quit the game and I'm going to relaunch because there were a few warnings that I want to make sure we're all aware of. This game does have some blood. There is some blood, there is some gore, that kind of thing. So we're all aware of what's going down. We'll make sure that we're all on the same page here. So, yeah. Extreme violence, blood, gore, brutality. There's bones sticking out. It gets brutal the way you like chop limbs off and cut people in half with giant swords and shit. This game is cartoonish with its level of violence, but it is still violent and bloody. So, half sword demo. It's the current category. Bloop. Half sword. Damn. I think a lot of people, myself included, are going to be very curious to see what the final product of this game is going to look like. Because it's off to a very strong start with the demo, that's for sure. Switch to a few last things here. Setting up the stream tags, updating the stream tags, that is. Okay. Oops. And there we go. When you're out of tags to add, just add, if you're short like I am, just put Short King and then Hobbit as additional tags as well, and you're good. We're off to the races. streams are comfy. Thank you, Veritas. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad I've been able to hang out in your guys' streams a little bit more often as well during the daytime. I know that we're all on very different time zones, but for me, your stream times are oftentimes in the day, and sometimes it's tricky because I have to balance work stuff, but sometimes I'm able to have it on the background and I'm able to multitask, and I've been doing a lot more work from home lately, which has been nice, so but able to chill with you guys with your various streams on the background between you and Alina, and Ailu for that matter too, which has been great. Max Blood, yeah. It looks pretty hilarious, honestly. The enemies' reactions, yeah, the noises they make, oh yeah, the ragdoll stuff. I was actually telling Gracie, you guys remember in Gary's mod, the good old days of Gary's mod, when you'd be like dragging a model around and it would get stuck in a wall, and it would get stuck in the ground, and it would just make the Gary's mod physics slapping noises. Thump, 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 thump. I was describing that to her, and it was kind of hard to describe, but for all of us, we know exactly what you mean when you say like Gary's mod physics shenanigans. We all know kind of how this goes. So I can't remember like how it came up, but I was trying to describe it to her, and of course I just had to bring up like a visual of it. For a lot of us, we all remember the good old days of like early Source Engine physics gaming shenanigans, and now things have evolved so much and the fidelity is so much greater and higher. It's a good time, man. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Yes, there's a bunch of like Genesis games, Genesis and Super Nintendo games. Work from home experience. Dude, I'm excited, Ryan. The thing is, we only bought the one bidet. I think eventually we're gonna have to upgrade all the toilets in the house. We only have 3, but still, we're gonna have to get everybody and every booty all bideted up. It's the only way to do it. How very European of you. Yeah. Gracie, my wife, she bought a bidet setup because it was on sale for Black Friday, and she was like, let's try it out. We're gonna get it set up tonight, maybe either tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. And because it just arrived before I started the stream, we're both very excited to try it out. Yeah. When the physics take a second, yeah, I remember that shit too. Playing Gary's mod on a potato computer, spawning like 30 watermelons, dropping a grenade, and then just watching the PowerPoint presentation mode take over, where it's chunking little by little over these bajillions of collisions it's trying to detect, or calculate rather. Exanima, that's another big one, Derek. That's another real big one, because I do own it, and I've watched Alias play it a whole lot. Afraid to let props touch each other? Yeah, I totally understand. Because, yeah, it's easy to get stuck, or easy to get yeeted, easy to get physicsed to death. Yeah. I gotta go to the master bathroom. Exactly, that's why every toilet's gotta have it. It's only fair. She's an outside-the-box thinker. I would say outside the bowl, but really, I mean, it's still inside the bowl. You know what I mean. Here we go. It says experimental. Let's see what this is going to entail. Let's push up. Yep. Honestly, for streams like this, you know, the more marathon streams, or we're playing games for longer periods of time, and we kind of lean more towards the wacky and goofy stuff. Yesterday, we were streaming Risk of Rain Returns, and I love that game. That's more of a kind of standard indie platformer roguelike game. This is more weird and silly and goofy, and you know what? I'm kind of here for it. So I will get this and put my shoes on. So, let's see, what am I doing? Oh, can I pick this up? Yeah, can I? Oh, yeah, crouch. Maybe I could pick up the, oh, what did I just do? Oh, I apparently I brought the wrong window. I'm trying to like see if I can pick this thing up, because I know you can pick up some things, like pick up extra things that is not just like defaulted weapons, but like chairs and crap like that. Oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe I can grab this thing. There we go. Okay, there we go. Then you have to swing with your mouse. There we go. That was the piece. That was the piece I wasn't sure about. So you can like kind of bring, you can have like one. I'm trying to think if there's, yeah, I guess if the right hand was a shield, maybe you'd have one arm kind of held close to you and then swing with the other weapon, that kind of thing. The other arm. So I think this is what we got to work with. So we're just gonna amble slowly. We got shoesies on. We're gonna amble slowly into the darkness and find our first bad guy. Alright. Alright, you. Ouch. Oof. Am I dead? Get up, get up, get up. We're bleeding out. We're not looking good. Oh no. I'm still alive. Fuck you. Can I throw my weapon at him? Can I throw my beer stein at him? You wouldn't hit a man in his underwear, would you? Wait, get up, get up. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. I'm slowly dying. Off to a very good start. Off to a very good start. Doing this with co-op? Like Octodad, right? Yeah, Ryan nailed it. It's like Octodad, exactly. Yeah, that'd be incredible. That'd be a good, like, if you could map the controls to different controllers, or I guess one person has keyboard, one person has mouse. Something like that would be nutty. Not very generous loot. Looks like it's the same thing again. So I guess it's just kind of how it goes. Sometimes you get not the best loot. My shoesies on. I don't know how much the cloth stuff really helps. I think you eventually get metal things. I think I can, like, crack this open, can't you? Oh, shit. No time. Oof. You know what? Maybe I should... Oh, shit. Maybe I shouldn't even be fucking with the beer stein. Maybe I should just be sticking... with this longer weapon, this candelabra. How do I like finish you? Finish him. I think that's the issue. I was leaning too hard and trying to use both weapons. That's just so stupid. I'm trying to kill this man using very... oh, I'm actually stuck on his body. I don't think he's dead yet. He's moving, I think? Yeah, he's still alive. He's making noises. Is he dead? I think he's dead. So let's get this weapon. There we go. Can I... Okay, so you can double click to thrust. Really? Double click? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it's a little bit clunky, but I see it. There we go. I should have grabbed the... Oh, this thing. Right, okay, let's do that. So let's drop our weapon then. Oh, that's cool. So it's like a different stance then. Oh, so that's probably better reach. Whereas this has better defensive capability. Alright, so let's drop this. And so it just kind of slide off. There we go. And then... Yeah. It's so goofy. Here, let's release. Let's go to the other side. Okay, I guess that works. So... Is that a helmet, I think? It's a helmet. Fantastic. Steal his pants? There is an inventory. I can pick up his body. No, I'm just grabbing his dick. Not quite what I was thinking. How do I steal the pants? Because yes, I would like the pants. Doubles as an emergency toilet. We were talking about toilets a lot today, so that actually makes a lot of sense. Thrusting weapons can look cruel but oddly satisfying. I imagine so. Yeah, I'm with you, Ryan. Yeah, it's strangely familiar after all these years, honestly. Yeah, maybe I can't steal the pants. Maybe I have to like find my own. Maybe get your own pants, Alex. Let's check the controls. I know there's the inventory, which I think I remembered, but what else was there? Inventories are photo mode. I'm not sure if there's really much else. Just gotta find our own, yeah. Well, we already have a pretty badass candelabra. Yeah, the defensive stance is pretty good, but I have a feeling that just slapping around with like big swings is way more satisfying. My phone ding. Let me double check that. Yeah, let me do one thing here. I'm going to find our next target. Gonna find our next target eventually. Sheath and unsheath. Oh, and we just drop it, I guess. Oh, hold down. Oh, seems like it just drops. Oh, okay. I don't want to do that right now. Bonk. What are you gonna do? You don't have a weapon. What can you do? Get out of here. You trying to hug me? Oh, he stole my weapon. I'll steal yours. This thing is fast. Oh my god. It's not even a comparison, honestly. I'd like to, like, slap your head. Make it a clean kill. I'm not sure this is anything. I think there's nothing clean happening right now. What was it? Thrust. God, it's so clunky. It's so clunky, but, like, that's part of the fun. Part of the experience. He's starting to get up. I'm trying to, like, stab him, but the thrusting... It's like I'm stabbing past him constantly. This is absurd. I'm trying to... There we go. It's like I'm trying to do this quickly. Oh, God. It's stuck in his head. Brutal. I mean, this weapon's dope. It's also very fast. Very fast and very light. Tilling a guard. That's right. That's right. I am. I still don't understand how you sheath things. It was saying you hold E or Q. All that does is drop it. Maybe that's how you sheath. Or maybe you just can't sheath certain things. Yeah, when I hold E, I just throw it down. And when I hold Q, nothing happens. So maybe that's the issue. I guess I could get new shoes. Alright, I guess I can't actually, because it is... I think I just physics that. Alright, got a hammer. I don't know if you can throw things. Okay, that works too. I mean, it seems like this is the better weapon, honestly, so we'll stick with this thing. It's like co-op fighting, it really is. I do know that the stool is a legit strat as well. Although I don't know if I can have both. Oops. It's like I can. It's a little bit clunky, but this actually might have some defensive opportunities as well. Yeah, short-range weapons, I'm sure they're great if you're really fast and you know what you're doing, but if you're like me and you're kind of learning, long range with some defensive opportunities are probably a good idea. Give me 1 second, though. I need to use the restroom. I'm going to go upstairs and grab it. I'm going to refill my water. I'm going to take, like, just kind of a quick 5, take a restroom break, refill my water, check it with Gracie, just kind of do a couple of quick things. But yes, we'll continue this run momentarily. I know it is getting kind of late for some folks, you know, for some time zones, so no shame whatsoever if people have to hop off, but I'll be back in a couple minutes. We'll keep going. I will go ahead and run an ad break for non-subs, so you won't miss anything, and you won't miss anything important. I'll just be, you know, AFK, obviously, so you won't miss any important content, and I will be gone for more than 3 minutes, but your non-subs will most likely be shown 3 minutes or so of ads. So apologies for that. I actually don't give a shit about ad revenue. I don't give a shit about showing ads and getting money from it. The only reason I have any interest in showing ads is because it prevents pre-roll ads from being shown to new viewers on Twitch, at least. So it's it gives us some protection from pre-roll ads, which are nice to avoid if possible. But I don't usually run them while we're doing main content. You know, while we're actually playing games, that kind of thing, just because then it interrupts the flow for the existing people. But if I'm taking a BRB anyway, I might as well. So anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. We'll play more games, and thank you again for watching. I'll be back shortly. Here's some more Lemon Jelly, by the way. Really cool band, really cool album. Go and wrap it up here, and get back to the games. All right. Yo, we got, what's up, Yuki? Good to see you, bud. We were talking with Yuki in Veri's chat earlier, Veritas's chat. We were sharing blood stories, if that makes sense. Blood draw stories. Yuki was saying he's going to be donating blood maybe sometime tomorrow, and I was just regaling him with the fact that I said blood drawn yesterday for just a annual physical. Obviously, they don't take as much from a physical versus donating blood. And I was like, man, that stuff makes me nervous. I'm a nervous Nelly. I'm a dainty little snowflake. But Yuki's like, nah, it's not a big deal. But to me, it's like, oh, I get nervous. And it's not even that it's painful. There's a little bit of a twinge, but it's not that painful. But it's more of just a mental thing, you know how it is for some of us at least. But that's okay. Let's get back to the games. We're going to continue with more Half Sword. This Half Sword demo is still hilarious and ridiculous. We've got our second kill with this current build. Let's see if we can keep this momentum going. It's good to see you, Yuki. I hope your day is going well. Your evening, rather, is going well. It's a Saturday night. We're hanging out. We're playing some games. We're trying to raise money for charity as well. I of course have the ticker above me. We've had several donations tonight, which is super cool. The money that you see here, the amount raised right here, is not just from tonight, of course. That's, of course, from the entire year, the entire since January 1st, 2023 to now. That's the amount of money we've raised over the course of the year. But that does not yet include Twitch payouts and YouTube ad revenue, that kind of thing. I always donate near the end of the year. I always donate whatever money we've raised from Twitch revenue. I just slap that back into the Extra Life fundraiser, just because we might as well. Like I have a full-time job that pays the bills. I'm fine. I don't need the revenue money, so we pop that back to the fundraiser just because we might as well. So that number will jump up significantly before our third and final Extra Life marathon stream of the year. So we got more in our future. Making that face? Yes, I would assume so. With the sunglasses, Vlad. Yeah, Puzzle likes lemon jelly. Yeah, Puzzle, I know we're, you and I are very similar when it comes to our music choices, our music tastes, and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I had a sneaking suspicion that you in particular were going to enjoy Lemon Jelly. They're a very cool band. Unfortunately, the band has disbanded. They weren't around for super long, I don't think. But yeah, they did disband many years ago. I think in the mid-2000s, I want to say. But in their brief time together, they made some great music. And I like it a whole bunch. So, yeah, that was the guy we fucking mutilated earlier. And I see a weapon rack. I see a small little axe. I see... Well, here, maybe I should get a fresh one. Should get a fresh one of these bad boys. Not the axe. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Can I tactically, like... Yeah. You can sort of throw it. I mean, I don't know if you can throw it with a lot of intention, but you can throw if you know what you're doing. Oh boy, off to a good start if I'm getting stuck on that. Yeah. Yeah. I think I like the idea of having some kind of shield. Whether it be a stool, a bar stool, or something along those lines. I like the idea of what this is going for. Now, we don't have a lot going for us overall. We have a helmet. We have a metal helmet, which is quite nice. We have some clothy-ass shoes. I don't know how much it's going to really protect us, but hopefully this long-range weapon will help us. Like Very said, using short-range weapons is a little sus. Seems like there's no stamina aspect of this game. You just kind of swing until your character, takes enough damage where they start to flounder. Oof. That was a good hit on his end. Alright, so he got a good hit on me, but he's dropped his weapon. I fucked his hand up really bad. I'm trying to go for, like, decisive hits. To, like, hit a skull or a jugular or something brutal. But it's hard to go for targeted shots that hit what you want to hit. I think he's dead. He's not moving. I think he's dead. So he had a trident. Yeah, I'll bite. Actually, no, don't just drop a weapon. Let's, yeah. Nailed it. Let's try the trident. that is probably one that we'll have to... Oh, no, what is it? Let's see, it would be... How do you... What is it? It's double click. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, so... Double click the opposite arm. Okay, so you hold up the thing. Yeah, okay. It's weird. It's real wonky. I don't know. This might not be a good idea. This might be where this run ends, but I want to try out new weapons. I don't want to just stick with one thing that works and holds to it. I want to make sure I'm experimenting. Fling the weapon above his head. We were just going for intimidation checks. That's what it was all about. We were trying to go for the mind games. We did take a pretty significant hit. He did slap us on the neck. I think you do slowly regen when you take damage like that. I think you kind of regain health slowly. But I don't know if you regain everything. I think we are, you know, we've taken some hits for sure. I see some metal. All right. Oof. Off to a great start. Oh, we got him in the fucking eye. Oh my god. I was just about to say, man, I don't know if I feel great about this. Like getting the stabs to work the way that we want them to, but we fucking got him in the eye and he just kind of stood there and then was like, I'm gonna fall over now. I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. I think we've put him out of his misery. Oh, okay, never mind. He's still making noises. And now I think he's dead. Yeah, he very quickly realized, like, all right, I don't want to play anymore. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button, no wonder. Yeah, that was, yeah. I think I probably did it in the heat of the moment. I think I did it right at that point. I don't know. Maybe I should just be one-handing it. Maybe that's the issue. Hiya! Hopefully I threw that a satisfying distance. He dropped a scythe, and I think the scythe is a very good weapon. Hiya! Hiya! What about the other stance? Not sure if that's the better stance, per se. This one seems like it's better for defense. Look at that cool little maneuver he does where he like lets go with one hand and catches it with the other. It's such a cool animation trick. I like that. Problem is, like, you can't swing as far. It's like the effective range with this stance is kind of like a quarter circle in front of us, whereas this stance, I guess you get about the same problem, but you can switch directions easier. So I guess it's a bit of a commitment. But if we can full commit to the offensive strat, this might be where this is going, actually. That guy was dressed for his own funeral. Yeah, I actually really like his getup, but it wasn't enough to protect him, because I think we stabbed his brain and or his eyeballs. It was pretty brutal. Daggerfall combat. Well, I mean, there's a little bit more graphical and physics fidelity happening than Daggerfall. But maybe there, I mean, I've only seen so much of Daggerfall. There's probably more I've yet to experience with that game's combat. Hiya. Oh! He's still going! Oh my god! Jesus, this thing is nutty, this scythe, my god! Do you like how we chopped his arm off, and this motherfucker hesitated for a moment, but said, nah, I'm good to keep going. He really said, what is it from the whole, from, oh man, it's a blunt weapon too. Monty Python, the Holy Grail, the Black Knight. The flesh wound. Did I just chop his penis off or something? I see that his, oh, I think, yeah, because he dropped his main weapon. Oh, right in the fucking neck. He dropped his main weapon, and he seemed like he didn't want to play anymore, and I think I stabbed his penis. And I just cut him in half again. I think the scythe might be crazy overpowered, because this is just unfair the way we're just cleaving through things. Good Lord Almighty. And there's good malware. It says, thanks for playing our game. Good malware. You must be one of the developers. That's awesome. Appreciate you hanging out with us for part of the night. This game is delightful. This scythe is amazing, but I feel guilty for using it. The way we're just cleaving through the competition. Although maybe there's a downside. Maybe we're gonna see like a weakness or a limitation that it has, because so far it is just cleaving through the competition with no consideration. Also, I wonder if there's a way to compare which helmet is the better choice. Oh, it's not a helmet, it's a buckler. I don't know, I feel like full scythe might be the way to do it. Oops, one button. Dang it, I'm trying to... I guess I don't have to crouch. Of course, the thing with full scythe... Well, I do have pretty good range still. But yeah, you don't have as much control, though, so it's easy to get stuck on things. I like the idea of having some defense opportunities. Yeah, we sent the shield flying earlier. We do have pants, by the way, which is great. Yeah, the scythe is delightful. The spears, yeah, we had a trident earlier, and I kind of accidentally stabbed a guy's eyes out, and he did not have a good time. He was not having a good time. I felt a little bit bad about it, but it was a very quick way to end combat. Grim Reaper. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I always assumed that scythes were more... I mean, scythes are, of course, a harvesting tool for farming and that kind of thing. I wouldn't really think you would... I mean, I don't exactly have a lot of experience firsthand with this kind of thing, but I always just kind of assumed that scythes were kind of unwieldy for, you know, for using us for combat. There we go. He's out of there. Oof. Oh, we lost our weapon, but we got the oh, the shield bash. Yeah, get fucked. He smacked the scythe out of our hands, but too bad for him. We were ready. So yeah, that's the problem. You know what? Here. Yeah. I was gonna try to like throw it at him, point blank. He's out of there. I think the other guy is dead. I kind of slapped him in the face. He fell over. He was done, though. It was kind of cool getting to fight two of them. That was a nice change of pace. But we took a pretty gnarly hit there. He knocked our weapon out of our hands. I think that means our hands or our arms have taken some hits. But yeah, the lack of control really becomes an issue when you're one-handing it. So it's a sacrifice. You have more shield. You have more metal in between you and the bad guys. But the offensive capabilities. I guess the best offense is a good, or the best defense is a good offense, right? But anyway, yeah, just thinking about the scythe, I always assumed that it'd be kind of unwieldy as a weapon because it's large and sharp, of course, but you know, there's not a lot of metal on it, so it seems like maybe not the best choice if you want to, you know, bring it into combat necessarily. But it's working out here real well, real well. All right, let me grab this. New pants. Who dis? I like how it kind of turns into... It turns into the bottom part of it. Oh, Jesus! Oh, I wanted to... Okay, you know what? We have to optimize. Or optimize. What am I trying to say? We have to improvise. There we go. Never mind, I'm dead. I was trying to look at my pants, dude. I was trying to appreciate the pants. This guy had to freaking heck my whole day up. That's okay. That's okay. I needed to restart. Maybe let's do this. Let's have a rule. And the rule is I always have to pick up a new weapon. I can't just stick with one weapon and power through. We got to get good with lots of weapon types, because that is the way to salvation. That's the way to reaching nirvana in a game like this. We got to switch it up every time in some way. Can't just stick with what we know. We got to mix it up. We got whiskey as well. Wonderful stuff. Yeah. One of the devs, music producer, love it. Love it. I'm grateful to have people that worked on this game chill with us. One of the devs is having like any devs for games like this is always very flattering. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Yes, celebrating pants in a case like this will do it. Harvesting the organs of your enemies, exactly. Yeah. Ninjas, really? For disguise weapons, gotcha. Yeah, I was admiring the pants. I like how the legs would like kind of form up as if it was just the bottom half of a torso, chilling comfortably on a table. But it was all a distraction. It was all a ruse because the parents betrayed me. It's like in Parks and Rec. The calzones betrayed me. The parents betrayed me in this case as well. Squish. It's like, we gotta put him out of his misery. Okay, I think that probably did it. Yeah, he's not moving anymore. So like I said, the rule is we kill a friend, kill a homie. Hiya! Hiya? There we go. We throw that shit away. We find a new weapon. He had 2 swords. Or 2 knives, rather. So now I'm in like carve him up mode. Carve him up mode. There we go. This game is cool AF. Music's vibing. Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this a lot. Every once in a while, you get this weird discourse online on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, what have you, where somebody will say game developer. And to me, when I think game developer, I think somebody that contributed to a game's development. That can include software engineers and music producers and artists and social media folks and you know, anybody that like worked for a game studio or like, you know, directly was involved with the game's creation. And that you're part of game dev, right? You're working in game dev. By definition, you are a game developer. But sometimes people will try to gatekeep and say, no, only if you're, you know, writing all the code yourself can you call yourself a game developer. But I don't know. I don't see it as quite so black and white, obviously. I think he's dead. He's looking like he's dead. These knives kind of carved him up, man. Uh-oh. I don't know if you can hear that right now. My uninterruptible power supply is yeeting at me. What's going on, UPS? Hold on. I have to be careful about this. I don't want to kill the stream accidentally. One sec. I'm going to put up the BRB screen because it's being silly. One sec. I'm going to mute the microphone too. Just give me one moment.